Hey, how you doing, Eric? Fives, how you going? Fives, hope you're having a good time, mate. Heard you got your bike, got it accessorized, and you've been out riding around. Good to hear. Eric, how's it doing, man? Hope things are all fine up there in Baguio. Wasn't really planning to do a live stream, but excellent Fives, cool. But it was on Havoc's show just a while ago. Um, I can do better than that, Baggio. I can put the link in the chat for you. Just give us a sec. Um, yeah, I'll throw the link in here, mate. Because I can't email still at the moment. It was on Havoc's, and he was saying about he doesn't like being on live streams where there's certain people on there, and that's fine. Oh shit, Fives, get out of there. Um, but just to let you guys know, I'm never gonna block people or stop anyone from coming in this channel if they behave. Um, I don't know if you got the link yet. I'm going to remove it in a minute, Baggio. But as far as I'm concerned, everyone's got a right to come here. Um, if they're doing the right thing, I don't see the need to um, block people. You know, too much of that shit goes on now. Oh, hang on, Baggio. We haven't even got. I'm going to make you blue. I get a cuff and Fives too. Why can't I make you blue, Baggio? Maybe the chat's got to go up a bit or something. Don't know if you got the link. I can't send emails out on the laptop, Baggio, so it has to be in the chat. Open invitation to you as well, Fives, if you want to jump on. Yeah, this drama shit. As long as it doesn't get brought here, I don't have a problem with anybody. You know, having mentioned that I'm trying to save the world, which isn't, some, whoa, that's dangerous, Fives. Um, not trying to save the world. I'm just trying to be fair to everyone. Um, yeah, well, you want to get that registered as quick as you can, Fives. You don't want to get busted riding around without any rego. Hey, Steve, how you doing? But at the end of the day, guys, if you don't like someone that visits this channel, you don't have to interact with them. That it's pretty simple. But at least try to be civil if you do. At the end of the day, if someone doesn't do the right thing, they're going to be out of here. How you doing, Dakota? But this idea that just blocking people because you don't like them, I'm just not into it. You know. Oh, cool, Fives. Good move. So, tell me, Fives, what do you think of my brother, Havoc? Focus. Cool guy, eh? It's one of the things that I probably have had a bit of an issue with is guys jumping on his case, but you know, people have to realise Focus is his own man. The bottom line is he'll help anyone if he can. That's just how he is. That's his personality. Yeah, exactly. Fives. You know, um, I know some people don't like how he helps certain people, but he can't help himself, mate. That's just in his nature to help people. You know, he's a great guy. I mean, me and him. Hey, Jay, how you doing? Yeah, no worries, Baggy. I'll drop it in again here. If you guys want to jump on, that's fine. Um, Focus is a top guy. Um, and at the end of the day, how you doing, Jay? We'll make you blue. Hey, Jason, how you doing, mate? As you see, Jay's in here, Jason. I'll remove that link in a minute, guys. 1, 2, and 3. She's gone. Oh, welcome, Eric. Yeah. Focus was saying that, yeah, you both went around together looking for the bike and that. I'm glad you got that sorted, mate. Ah, cool, Jason. It's good to see Jay around. Hey, Slow Ride, how you doing, buddy? I was just saying, guys, to you guys that have just got here, you're going to get people on this channel that you don't like. Just try and be civil. I'm not. I don't want to block people if I don't have to. If you get someone on here, even if I don't really like them, as long as they behave, I don't want to have to get into this bullshit of just blocking everybody. I don't mind people having a different opinion as long as they're, civil about it and not being silly. I don't expect everyone to get along because that's just not humanly possible. Human nature doesn't allow for that. Good to see Jay out and about. Can't hear you, Eric, at the moment. I don't know if you got a mic set up or not. What's the weather like up there, Jay? This is from memory. This should be your coming into your wet season or in the middle of your wet season up there. Hey, Junior, how you doing, buddy? Well, we lost Baggio. He was in here. Good to see we got the usual crowd. Roger in here. Always good to see Roger. Excellent vibes. Man, it must be good to get away from the hustle and bustle and away from work and just sit back and relax. Yeah, Jay, I can't send it by email at the moment because this is on my laptop and I can't send emails on my laptop at the moment. I can put the link in the chat, or if someone else can grab it out of the chat and then email it to you. Maybe Fives. I don't know if Fives has got your email. I know. If I put the link in the chat, guys, is anyone able to send the link to Jay? I'd love to get Jay on here and have a chat to him. Yeah, I have that problem too, Jay. But at the moment, I can't send the emails out. I've got the emails set up on my phone, and I'm on the laptop at the moment. Baggio, uh, Eric, Jay just put his email in the chat. Could you send the link? All right, Fives. I'll put it back in there. Maybe you can send it to him, Fives. That would be great, buddy. I'd love to get Jay on here. There you go. There's the link, guys. If someone can send that to Jay, it'd be really appreciated. I'll just leave it in there for a little bit longer. I know it's not a great idea to put the link in the chat, guys. To be honest with you, I've had the trolls have actually been really good to me, so haven't had an issue with them. So thank you to the trolls out there who have been pretty respectful, which is why I try not to just block people, guys. Okay, I'll remove the chat in a few seconds. Remove the link from the chat. Hopefully one of you guys have got it and can send it on to Jay. Hey, Chicken Choker. How you doing? I'll put it back in there if you want, Roger. Yeah, it's back in there. I'll leave it in there for a little bit. We got Eric on there, but for some reason can't hear Eric. No, just really badly in the background. Yeah, the link is there, Graham. I'll put it back in. Just having problem hearing Eric. I can hear something now.
Okay, you got me now?
Yeah. You're faint, but got you.
Okay, hold on. Okay, here I am. Hold on. There we go. How am I sounding now?
Yeah, not too bad.
Okay, what's happening?
Not a lot.
Hey, is Graham here? Graham, I think Graham's got Jay's email.
Yeah, I put the link back in there for them to grab it and send it to Jay.
What I can do is I can send it to Graham on Facebook.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll send it to Graham on Facebook. And
it's funny, guys like me who don't don't live in a country where there's snow. Jesus, kick that dog.
No, hey, that's like, I think, I swear to God. Oh, I think he said, hey, Max.
Mad Max.
Yeah, well, he's only about 6 months old, but I think he's actually part Jack Russell.
Wow, that's crazy. Slow ride. You know,
Yeah.
the thing is that Twitchy makes some brilliant travel vlogs, some of the best travel vlogs out there. But he's just got a bee in his bonnet about some people, and he can't let it go.
E-beggars.
Yeah, he can't let it go, which is a shame because he really does put a lot of effort into his travel vlogs. If you want to go around Thailand, I would really suggest looking at his travel vlogs because he does a really good job, puts the maps in, and he's really informative. How you doing, Terry? Turn the dog off.
That's only one dog. That's only one dog. The two big ones are being quiet.
Yeah, Terry, he's got a Rottweiler sitting around home there.
Plus a
Oh,
I think
we
I'm
got.
in. I think I'm in.
Yeah, you're in. How you doing, Jay?
Good, man. Is this your new channel, eh? I just put notifications on so I could get notifications. I didn't have it on notifications before, but I was subscribed to you.
Oh, thanks,
I
brother.
didn't know you were doing shows. Hey, Jason,
Well,
what's up?
yeah, what happened was
Focus.
no. Look, what happened was Focus was doing a lot of shows, but I know that he's got to pay because of the setup that he's got. So I thought I would start a channel to take the pressure off of him, so he wouldn't have to do it so much. I wasn't real keen on doing it, but now that I've started it, it's not so bad. Gives everyone a platform to get together and have a chat.
Yeah, all good. I seen Fives' motorbike the other day. Actually, he sent me a photo of it.
Wow, what's it look like?
That's good, eh? 250 Honda dirt bike.
He's laughing.
Mm.
Honda's good.
You got to switch to your Graham. You have to switch to your computer, not your. You got to switch to your laptop, not your phone.
Yeah, you know what works for me is I copy the link and I send it to myself in email, and when I click on it, it works for some reason.
That's weird.
It doesn't work any other way.
Usually it opens here for me on my phone, but it didn't this time for some reason.
Yeah, look, I always have a trouble using the link in the chat. I usually have to have it mailed to me if I want to jump on anyone's show.
Well, I've got you on Hangouts now.
Yeah, but I don't know why, but if you send it to me on Hangouts, it goes to my phone, not to my laptop.
Oh, you gotta you gotta add a device then. I wonder Graham survived our trip to the province.
Graham sounds like he's having a great time, mate.
We took him down to the province. We're about an hour away from. We took him like an hour away from Baguio. We took him to the province where my wife and I are going to build our permanent, semi-permanent, probably, or I'm going to die house.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, we took him down, gave him the bus ride, then we crammed 4 of us into a tricycle.
I've never asked before, Eric. You got children?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No, unlike what some people say, we have 5 now.
Okay. You know, we really have to get. I mean, so much shit gets said. It's really best to ignore this. What's happening is we're going around in a vicious circle. They say something back, and it's not really worth it.
Nope.
If they want to talk shit, best to just let them go.
Apparently, I've got 5 kids.
I do. I do. No, I do. I have 5 kids. and New Year's Eve, Barry was rolling up with Focus's wife while he's passed out.
That they just no, that was they said you got to watch out that he doesn't do that or something. But I mean, you're gonna get that shit. It's gonna happen. You know?
Hey,
Junior says you've probably got more than 5, mate.
I don't.
Hey, I don't have 5 kids. I know that. Trust me.
How's the little one going, Jay?
Yeah, good, man.
Excellent.
Getting big fast. So
I'll tell
Yeah,
you who's
yeah,
getting.
right.
I'll tell you who doubled in size. Johnny's doing doubled in
Oh.
size already, and she was a month old. She's
Wow.
doubled, not in weight, but in length.
Wow. Yeah, you forget what it's like when they're babies because they grow up so quick. All I can say is enjoy them while they're young because they grow up so fast.
That's right.
My son's 21, and it seems like just yesterday, I was holding him in my arms.
Well, now you're at the age now where you're going to be rocking grandbaby.
It'll be a while before that happens, I think. But
So what'd you buy? A V8 Commodore?
yeah, 5.7 liter. Yeah, I only bought it because it had a sunroof, mate.
I am going home, and I am on a mission to find and restore an early '70s Hemi Cuda.
Good luck, mate. You'll be, I don't know, but in Australia, you'd be paying through the teeth for it.
Oh, I don't care if this thing can get rotted out. This thing can be rotted out as long as the block and the frame matching numbers. That's all I care about.
Well, first off, I'd say that as long as you got the chassis there. Secondly, the block, you can always get a block, but if you want matching numbers, good luck.
Well, no, they just sold a Super B. Well, have you ever heard of Barrett Thunder? You ever heard of Barrett Jackson?
No.
Auto auction in America.
Nah.
They just sold a Super B. It's one of the it's like the biggest, most famous auto auction. They sold a Super B, numbers matching, 35,000 original miles on it, $3.5 million.
Ooh.
What's this for?
Dodge Super B.
All right.
And Jay Leno, the TV guy, bought it.
Isn't the Super B the one with the bonnet that folds out the opposite way?
That's the one with the wing on the back.
Yeah, the big wing.
Yeah. So, Graham's in there chatting. Yeah, we took Graham to the one horse town though.
Yeah, he said it was nice. It was nice down there.
It's one road, south to north. That's it.
Hey, Fives is looking for a condo in Davao. I was telling him he should check out the Rivera Village. They've got good 1-bedrooms there. Not where Barry is, the other building. But Barry's moving out of there in the end of the month, I think.
Throw that dog out the window.
Whose dog is that?
It's Eric's.
Hey, the other two are being quiet. So
bad boy. Go give him a belting, Eric. The old donger across the back of his ass.
Actually, you know what? Actually, Graham and I came up with a good idea because if he is actually half Jack Russell, I might teach him how to hunt rats.
Well, I'm surprised he doesn't want to do it naturally.
Well, he does. He chases the cats around the house. That's what he's doing now.
Oh, geez. I mean, Jack Russell's a great little ratters.
He's like, I think he's part Jack Russell.
Yeah, Jason. I've watched. There's some TV shows over here in Australia where they show some of those auctions over here. Some beautiful cars at them.
Well, I'll email you the link to the Barrett Jackson channel.
Yeah, I read that email you sent me of what Larry posted You know, I don't really get it because Larry Expat Prepper, he's one of the nicest guys out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love the guy. I got all the time in the world for Larry.
I
He
just turned him, yeah, Larry's like Ed. He's out there by himself with nobody to speak English with.
yeah, but you know, Larry seems to be one of those guys that I mean, he is sociable, but he's happy with his family. He's got his wife, his son, and you know, he's content. You know,
Yeah.
and I love what he's doing with his farm. You know,
I just turned him on to something else too. I gave him a Facebook page to dwarf grafted fruit trees.
not all the time, Graham. I've seen it a few times happening there. Yeah, slow ride. Larry is always busy, but I would say, if anything, I'd say Larry's always eating.
Yeah.
But
who's bad mouthing Focus now?
why? Who said that?
You did earlier.
No. I was just saying about you know, I know I was on actually Havoc's channel, and Havoc saying he doesn't like coming on when certain people are around, and I said we got to get past that shit. You know, if there's someone on this channel that you don't like, just either ignore them or at least try to be civil, because if someone messes up, then I'll get rid of them. But if there's someone on here, even a troll or whatever, if they're not being a pain in the ass, I'm not going to just remove them for the sake of it, you know.
Hey, I got a question for you. Can I drop Johnny the link?
Yeah, of course. You don't have to ask, Eric.
Oh, okay. Because I'm gonna.
You and Johnny are always welcome here, mate. Did you know you're competing with Pacquiao time-wise? Well, Pacquiao's going to win every time, Dakota. All hail. All hail Pacquiao. I mean, I've seen that. I don't know about you, Jay. I've seen that fight he had with that Aussie fight boxer that he, what's his name? But
Beat him.
Yeah, Pacquiao lost.
Yeah. I want to see Pacquiao win by their number 2.
To be honest with you, I'm not so sure Pacquiao did lose. It was a pretty close fight, closer than what they scored it anyway. Jeff Horn, that's who it was.
Yeah, I didn't watch that. I don't really watch much TV.
No, I don't watch a lot, but I've seen the fight on YouTube. I still like to try and catch up with the boxing if I can. I tell you what, I've seen if you guys go check out on YouTube, Joe Rogan Experience with Mike Tyson. Did you see the Mike Tyson interview?
No, but I've seen a lot of his interviews. I listen to him all the time.
Yeah, me too. The one he did with Mike Tyson was brilliant. I tell you what, Mike Tyson has done a 180-degree turnaround. And tell you what, the guy is a lot bigger man than people give him credit for, because you know he's admitted what you know in the past what he's done, and he doesn't like it either. And what a changed man he is. He's actually building a resort now because they've made marijuana legal in the US. He's made a resort where you can go there and get stoned and enjoy yourself.
Oh, God.
Well, Don King ruined him.
You know, there's more than that, Eric. We're talking about a 20-year-old kid who was world champion, heavyweight champion of the world. That's a lot of pressure to throw on any kid, you know? Yeah, slow ride. His wife maybe does keep him honest, but I think he had an experience on a hallucinogenic, and he reckons now it's rather than all that pent up hate and that. Now he's just got love for everybody, which is a big turnaround for the guy. But I tell you what, I've never seen anyone open up and be so honest about themselves. Just brilliant. Respect for the guy,
Yeah. He had an Animal Planet show for a while too when he went back to Brooklyn, back to his roots.
Yeah.
They followed him around on Animal Planet. I don't know. And you know what? I like the guy because you know what? He honestly said, everybody's saying that he was the greatest of all time and he was on the Tonight Show or something. And he goes, no, Muhammad Ali was the greatest that ever fought.
Yeah, look, Tyson, I mean, just from my personal opinion, will be known as one of the greatest of all time. Whether he's number one, you're always going to get arguments over that. I mean, to me, Muhammad Ali was special. Roy Jones Jr. is probably the guy I'd put at number one. But that's just my personal opinion because watching that guy fight was just insane, insane hand speed and power, just crazy. But I have a list, of guys that I love. I mean, if you look at the first black heavyweight champion, Jack Johnson, I mean, that guy was a freak. If he'd been around in these days, he'd have probably held the title for 10 years undefeated,
Hold on, there was another one. As a matter of fact, he did time in prison. Hold on, let me look it up.
There was a few guys that you could put up in that greatest of all time. I mean, look at Rocky Marciano. Unbelievable record.
Hold on, he was staying. Matter of fact, hold on. Political prison.
Have you guys ever heard? I'll tell you a funny story. Have you ever heard the expression "the real McCoy"?
Yeah.
That happened because there was a boxer called Jack McCoy, right? And he was in a bar one day where the local bully who used to beat the shit out of everyone was in there, and he was mouthing off at Jack McCoy, and Jack McCoy obviously got pissed off and said, "Look, mate, I'm Jack McCoy, boxing champion of the world or whatever," and this guy's there bullshit and went to punch him, and end up McCoy beat the fuck out of him, and when this bully woke up, he's there, well, fuck me, that was the real McCoy. and that's where the saying come from.
Nice.
Yeah, it's funny how you look up where some of these sayings come from, and that always sort of tickled my fancy because you hear the expression "the real McCoy" all the time.
Oh wow, Michael Vick was in federal prison.
Yeah, well, I got no time. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and I hated when they recruited him. Yeah. I got no time for anyone that gets into dogfighting, mate.
I don't either.
I'm
trying to find the name of that boxer.
That's pretty cool.
The boxer, they locked him up in federal prison because he violated Jim Crow laws, which was the
oh, that's Jack Johnson. That's Jack Johnson, I think.
Yeah. I don't know, but whatever he did, he was in Leavenworth prison.
They did it because he was with a white woman.
He married her.
Now, I'm not sure about marriage. I know he was with a white woman, and so they got him with some laws of taking her over the state line or something. And there's a funny story with Jack Johnson too. There's a story where he got done for speeding by a cop, and the speeding fine was $50 or something like that, and Jack Johnson gave him $100, and the cop said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm coming back this way."
No, the Mann Act.
Yeah, that was Jack. That's Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
Actually, if you ever want to see a really good documentary on that guy, it's on YouTube. It's called Unforgivable Blackness, and it's a brilliant documentary about his life. Actually, I don't know if you guys know, he won the world heavyweight title here in Australia because they wouldn't let him fight as a black man in the US. So they fought the fight here in Australia. That's where he won the championship here.
Yeah, I didn't get into boxing until I married my wife and started watching Pacquiao.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you started boxing your wife.
Now, I figured Johnny'd pop one, but he must be busy. He just got moved. He just got done moving in the last couple of days.
Jason, you're probably right. That probably did change him a lot. I know he was talking about having an experience on a hallucinogenic that changed his life as well. But definitely, the guy is so open about his past and that.
I don't care. I can't get past the facial tattoos.
I don't judge people on that sort of shit, Eric.
It's just something about it that's just weird. I'm sorry.
Yeah, look, I mean, the guy went through a pretty crazy period anyway. Yeah.
So, when are you going to the Philippines, Thunder?
When I can get a house, mate. I've had a look at a few. The trouble I'm having is that I don't know what it's like in Cairns there, but a lot of people here, they go through land agents and that, and they don't like renting to people with dogs. I guess some bad experiences in the past. So I've been looking now at private rentals and that and seeing what I can come up with. But I have to get a place so that I've got somewhere for my son to go and look after the dog while I go.
You wouldn't just get a little 2-bedroom or 1-bedroom unit or something?
Units won't allow pets.
Oh, won't they? Some will if you got private.
Yeah, that's what the land agent told me as well. That if they're a private owned one, you might be able to. But I mean, I got the money there now. It's just a matter of sorting somewhere out to live, so it's no big deal.
Where are you staying now?
Um, I live with my brother.
All
He's a lot older than I am. He's about 8 years older than me. He couldn't control the dog, and I don't think he'd look after her.
That's why I'm taking 2 out of my 3 with me when I leave.
Yeah, well, I just can't. I haven't got the heart to. I've never got rid of a dog in my life, Jay.
Yeah, well, I can't take my dog anywhere, so it's basically mum's taken over him now. So
Yeah, but you're lucky because, like, you got your parents there that will look after him as well as you will.
yeah, he gets steak lily every night.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But that's it. See, if I had my parents, if my parents were still around, it'd be fine. Yeah, Jason, it is hard, but something will come up.
Yeah. Well,
It's
that's like my mother told me, well, you guys are moving, leave the Rottweiler in the Philippines. I'm like, I'm trying to tell her. I tried to explain to her, I can't because my father-in-law is 92 and was going to be 92 this week. And my mother-in-law is 81. There's no way they can handle the Rottweiler. So that's why I'm getting things set up when we're going to ship them to the States.
yeah, Jason. That's the problem here. People ruin houses with their dogs, and so then the people renting them don't want to lease out to somebody that has a dog. It is crazy.
Some of them won't let you get a place if you've got kids, little kids, because they draw all over the walls.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, someone also said it might be hard being a single male too, but they look for young couples. But I don't know. I just got to, like I said, I've got the money there, Jay. Just got to.
What, is your son going to live there when you're gone?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Right. Yeah.
So if I get a place, then he can stay there and look after the dog, and it'd be good for him because then he can have his mates over. He doesn't have to worry about anyone being around. And
yeah.
Hey, I couldn't live in Australia after what the Graham told me the price of houses are over there.
It's no, but it's all relative, Eric. See, you're thinking about what it'd be like to live in a buy house on American wages, but here wages are a lot higher than in the US.
Yeah, but your guys' cost of living is higher than ours.
Yeah, but again, it's relative because we get paid more.
Oh.
You know, that's
Yeah,
what
everything's expensive here.
it's true. Although I have to admit, if I go to the fruit and veg store, it's very reasonable. Veggies and fruit are pretty cheap here. What does cost is meat.
Yeah,
Well, let me tell you, we saw. I was.
cigarettes.
I'll tell you what. We noticed. My wife and I. Well, she finally did. We didn't go, but Graham and I went for a walk, and my wife and Graham's other half went into the market down there. My wife noticed like 100 peso difference price per kilo in some vegetables between up here where I'm at, just an hour away.
Jeez. Yeah, Dakota, I know you can take the dog across, which if I was going to live there, that would be fine. But just to visit and travel around, it would be hard to do that. And I have to worry about it because I've got an American bulldog and there's so many street dogs around there. She'd be killing dogs and like crazy.
Get rabies, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can always, I think you can get vaccinations for your
Yeah,
dogs against rabies, but she would be fighting all the time, mate.
it's not like here. You can't just take them for a walk on a chain because you got fucking 50 fucking street dogs that are just walking around. They'll just run up and with my dog especially, he'd be on the attack if you're thinking what's going on here. All these street dogs running up to him.
Oh, yeah. My
In his
girl,
face, you know what I mean? And he'd be like, "What's this all about?"
My
my,
my my Roddy, she doesn't go. She ignores the dogs. It's the people that I can't trust her with.
yeah, both for me, but my bitch would be grabbing onto a dog's face, mate, and I'd have a hell of a time trying to get her off.
Well, actually, I had to rehome a dog. Gib gave me a dog, right? Right? Supposedly he was dog friendly, which he was, but my Roddy didn't like him. He had a Gib had a harness on him. Well, my Roddy grabbed him right at the harness, got the skin, and just flipped him with her, just a shake of the neck, and just flipped him. And that was it. Then he howled all night, and the barangay came in over at like 2 in the morning. So I rehomed him to a animal loving Filipino.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I mean, that's going to happen. Some dogs
Yeah,
just not going to get along.
he's
Uh,
let's put it this way, he's in a better home with like a family compound over here with like 20 kids, and the guy buys him fresh chicken every day and cooks him chicken and dog food for breakfast
Excellent, excellent.
and lets him sleep in bed and everything.
Yeah, look, I've had dogs all my life, and Jay knows, and yourself, you won't ever get anything more loyal to you than your dog.
Mhm.
You know?
That's true.
I know guys that have gotten rid of their wives over the dogs.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I
Hey,
can.
wait till I build the house. Wait till you see what I'm putting in the backyard of the house, Thunder. You'll be impressed.
Oh, you have to send me some photos, buddy.
Now, actually, it's going to be a 40-foot long by 20 wide by 4 foot deep monster tropical fish pond.
Oh, cool. What are you going to put in there?
I'm going to put in big alligator gars. I talked to the guy here at the pet store. He can get me barramundi.
Jesus, I wouldn't have those
Uh,
alligator gar though. They're bloody dangerous things.
nah, I'm going to get the big red tail catfish. All the fish I'm going to get are going to get over 50 pounds when they get this big.
Jesus.
Fish is cheap. Little fish are cheap here in the market, and shrimp's cheap, so I can feed them.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to get barramundi. I always wanted to get a barramundi in a fish tank.
I don't
They,
know
they
how
taste
they.
better. They taste better. Saltwater barramundi are better.
Yeah. Yep. That's true.
Everybody tells it. I'm telling you, I'm going to the Northern Territories. I'm already set in my mind. I'm going to go shoot a scrub bull a water buffalo, a wild ox, and this
Uh,
other thing.
I don't know about ox, but you'll get buffalo and scrub bulls up there by.
Pigs. I lived up there for 21 years in Darwin, Northern Territory.
But I don't think they got ox, though.
Yeah,
No,
they do. Over on the Aboriginal side. What's that?
you can't go there and shoot.
No. They'll spear you, mate.
There's a guy out of Darwin that actually is an outfitter. He has the concession for that. I've been following him on YouTube now. And
They're thinking about culling the fucking crocs again, so
good. Yeah. Oh,
you can go out shooting them because the population of them has gotten too much again.
I'm waiting for that. It's going to become a coffee table.
You'll need more than a 22. It'll bounce off their head. So.
Yeah, yep. I've heard of crocs being caught that have had 303 shells embedded in their skulls, mate, and they're still alive.
Oh no, actually, when I get home, I'm going to get a 416.
Yeah, not easy to kill a croc, that's for sure.
They do it in Africa. They take the top of the skull off or shoot it right behind the smile, whatever they call it. I've been looking and I'm like, well, maybe or maybe not, because I'm thinking about it. I always wanted an alligator or crocodile coffee table in my house.
My mate goes fishing up there. I think, Jay, it's the Adelaide River up in the territory there.
They're full of crocs.
And he takes a 30-30 with him.
Yeah, well, I've always wanted to hunt in Australia and New Zealand, so.
Yeah, well, if you go up the top end, mate, I mean, it'd be a great place to hunt, but it's pretty dangerous.
That's okay.
You got, I mean, I was listening to a guy, I think Adam Greentree, about his mate getting gored by a scrub bull, and you got to worry about snakes up there and shit like that.
Doesn't bother me. I live in the Philippines. We got cobras.
Yeah, well, cobras are nothing, mate. You got to remember, Australia's got the 10 deadliest land snakes in the world.
Plus the most deadliest spider too, isn't it?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. We do have some deadly spiders, but I don't know if they're the deadliest. The snakes are the worst.
You got the Sydney one in Sydney funnel web, then they got the other one.
You got the trapdoor spider, Sydney funnel web.
Redbacks.
The redbacks aren't so bad either.
They'll make you sick though if you don't.
Yeah, yeah. My brother got bitten by a redback. You got those white-tailed, is it? White tip or something like that?
White tail.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like flesh-eating. I'm not sure if there's any real proof to that, but that seems to be the general consensus with those. But spiders are not probably a real big problem, and but you get out in the bush and snakes definitely become a problem. How you doing, Big Kev? How you doing, matey?
How you going, Kevin?
Matter of fact, my buddy back in the States just paid 20 grand for 2 inland fear snakes. He's
Jesus.
From Europe. He's getting them from Europe. He can't get them from Australia, so he got them from a collector in Europe.
If you're talking about inland, that'd be the inland taipan, eastern inland taipan. They're the deadliest snake in the world.
Yeah, that one. He's got that one. Well,
but
he'll make his money back in the first 6 months off the venom.
You find that no, Australia doesn't allow the importation of any of its native animals.
No, he got them out of Europe. He got them ordered from Europe.
Yeah, there's always people being caught trying to sneak animals out of Australia.
Yeah, he's
going eggs and stuff.
Yeah.
If you can get a goanna lizard egg and get it overseas to some countries, they'll pay big money for that.
I know they got them in the state. They got captive right now in the states that have been around for a long time. Back before the importation was stopped. But
the thing is, some of these animals just one, it's cruel to keep some of them in captivity, and the second, I guess, is some of them are just too dangerous really to own. There's one particular snake, I'm trying to think what it is here, that will when it strikes at you, it'll bite you, but it will continue to bite you, not just the one bite and take off. Some will continually try and bite you.
Pump the venom in.
Yeah, Jason, I mean, you got some horrible ones too, like the cottonmouth.
Oh, they're not bad.
Mate, all snakes are bad.
I'm
Uh,
just,
uh,
I'm just like into it. He's
us.
he's got 16 foot. What do you guys call it? It's got another name, but you guys call them scrub pythons, the big ones.
Oh God, we got pythons here, but nothing like what like in South America, the anaconda or the American. Sorry, the African ones. But I know you got an issue now in Florida.
Oh yeah,
The Everglades have got a big issue with them.
yeah. They that was from the hurricane back in the 90s.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Some guy kept like 2,000 hatchlings in a greenhouse with plastic on it. Plastic, like just regular clear plastic over it in a greenhouse, and Hurricane Andrew came through and blew the roof off, and it was right on the border of the Everglades, and all those deli cups went right into the Everglades.
Roger, I'd be surprised if there's any snakes in Alaska, mate, because I know that snakes can't control their heat temperature. So how would they survive in Alaska? That's a new one to me. I know they can't control body heat.
But some of the seafood.
There's no snakes in Alaska, surely.
Nah.
No, but they got some of the best seafood in Alaska. Fresh off the dock. Halibut, king crab, snow crab, Dungeness crab.
Mate.
Cod. They've got
Jay and I will be. Jay and I are probably biased, mate, but it'd be hard to beat Australia for seafood.
Yes,
in America, I said in America.
Yeah. I mean, geez, most like the unfortunate thing for us is most the good stuff gets exported from here.
Like to Hong Kong.
Japan, actually. A lot of our best beef goes to Japan, and our seafood like well, we call it lobster, not lobster, crayfish, but you guys call it lobster, stuff like that. I think tuna as well at times.
We actually, I kind of don't like. We went in. I was in with him. We went and had fish and chips. Believe it or not, real live fish and chips with Johnny, and we went down to the store over here. Jay would never. 700 pesos a kilo was the cheapest cut of Australian beef they had in the whole place.
700 pesos. That's not bad.
No, that's hold on. That's
about $14.
Yeah.
Where was this at?
It was a Roostons marketplace.
Yeah, because I went to I was in a supermarket there, and I'm walking along, and I said, "Oh, there's beef over there." And I had a look. It said Australian beef, but it didn't look like Australian beef to me.
This looked like Australian beef because I used to live in Kuwait, and we had Australian beef. That's all we ate over there. They had in the stores, but it was 700 a kilo. It was a Rooston. It's like it's like an offshoot of Roost. It's Roostons. They call it the marketplace, like SM used to say in stores.
Eric, that's cheaper than what we can get it, mate.
Huh?
We couldn't get beef at that price here.
Well, I'll tell you what. Next time, when I get done going to Manila in a couple of weeks, I'll come back. I'll go over there and I'll video the store and put up the.
Yeah, they might be selling something else off as Australian beef, because you wouldn't get Australian beef that cheap here, would you, Jay? At 14 a kilo.
I just had beef last night, rump steak. It was $20 for $20.95 for one steak.
Yeah, yeah.
That's about what it is over here for USDA beef. It's about 1,400.
Yeah, that's what it would probably be for Australian beef too.
What I'm going to do next time I go there, actually, is I'm going to be eating more beef. I'm going to go to S&R. I'm going to buy a shitload of it and put it in a fucking deep freezer.
Yeah.
Because that's what was missing in my diet over there. when I got back over here and got back on the beef, man. I'm putting on the beef cake.
Yeah, you got to watch out though. If you freeze meat, they get what they call freezer burn if you leave it in there too long.
Oh no, I'll just buy enough to last a month. You know what I mean?
And I don't know where SNR is getting it, but they had Australian lamb. Legal.
Hey,
Oh, that's
hey,
good.
yeah, lamb's great. Hey, Gunner, how you doing, mate? Good to see you here.
I think it's time for another Black Rifle coffee.
Yeah, I went out earlier and just went up and bought myself a coffee. Actually, I went to sleep last night pretty early. I left off a Focus's show. I'm not sure, maybe 10:30 or something like that. Slept till 2:30. Got up again.
Didn't you guys do an 8-hour show? I looked at it. It's fucking 8 hours.
Yeah, we did a few of those. But we had the people watching at the time. Hey, yeah, good Gunner. We had people watching at the time, and everyone was having fun. So, you know, why stop it if everyone's enjoying themselves? You know. Hey, Dr, how you doing? Like I said, one of the things that and why I did this to help Focus out, so he didn't have to do as many. But it gives a place for guys to come along and just have a chat, and why not? It's good to see you too, Jay. I mean, you wouldn't believe for a long time how many people were asking about you and where you were and what was happening with you.
Yeah, well, a lot of people making up their own stories. That's what I could see. See, I work 10-hour days and I'm at work all week. I have the weekends off. And basically when I get home, I have a couple of beers and have my dinner and go to bed and watch a couple of live streams on different genres and just listen to their bullshit and then go to bed and do it all again for a week, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll put on a Joe Rogan show, and because they usually go for anywhere from 2 to 3 hours, I guess, and normally drop off to sleep while I'm watching or listening to Joe Rogan. I found that I like watching his shows because more than an interview, it's just he's got a really good format the way he does it. He's just having a chat with these guys, and if he's probably got one of the best podcasts out there, actually.
Yeah,
and has some interesting people on there too. Like I said, if you get a chance, Jay, see the one with Mike Tyson. Really, opened your eyes up to what he went through, and and he's very honest about how he was. So very impressive, really impressive. I really can look at Mike Tyson now and have a totally different view. How you doing, Linda? But I love it when he has physicists.
Just about everyone in here is going to wrench. Everyone in here is going to wrench.
I don't have a wrench.
No, you got one. You got one. Yeah, I gave you one.
Oh, okay. We don't need that tattooed freak from Cebu showing up.
Who's that? Oh, no. He's fine in here. Okay. Listen,
I've got to just make a phone call. Be back, guys.
Yep. No worries. I don't have a problem with anyone in here, Eric, as long as they behave and they're not getting abusive and attacking people. Everyone's welcome. Yeah, until they mess up.
Yeah. I'm Miss Lynn's. Hey, everybody, go subscribe and watch her channel. Show her some love.
Actually, I just looked today. I'm only about 3 people away from 100 subs already.
Yeah.
Fuck knows. I don't know how that happened.
Well, I haven't done anything in a while since I've been doing Focus's show. I've gained like 12.
I didn't know that, Roger. I'm just glad that he's doing well, and he's got his life sorted out. Like I said, it wouldn't be easy to be 19 and 20 and be heavyweight champion of the world, mate. I mean, There's a lot of pressure on a kid that age.
Well, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, they were 18, fresh out of high school, and they got drafted into the NBA.
Oh, there's a lot like that, yeah. And when you look at the money they get, suddenly being that age, Eric, and being multimillionaires, right off the bat.
Don't quote me, but I think the NFL, they require them to go to college for 2 years first, spend 2 years in college. Then they even send them to, they're required to, all the rookies are required to go to like a money seminar.
All right, I'm back.
But yeah.
Welcome back, bud.
You can hear
Yeah,
me?
look, yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, Graham liked our one horse town with an open market, a McDonald's, Jolly Bee, Chow King, couple gas stations, a grocery store, an appliance store, and a Monterey butcher shop.
Huh.
So he kind of liked it.
I'm really looking forward to when Graham can jump online and tell us about his experience and how he thought the experiment went.
We're kicking his ass out of here in about 10 days.
Yeah, I feel from the time's just probably gone too quick for him.
He kind of.
Who are we talking about? What's going on?
Graham.
He's been up here in Baguio for the last, right before he came, like right about November 16th last year.
Yeah, it goes back at the end of this month, Jay.
All right, yeah, okay. I'm on the Barry. Where's Barry lately? He's been missing in action, hasn't he?
Yeah, I don't watch him anymore, Jay. I just got tired of the guy being so thin-skinned and not being able to ignore people and just carrying on all the time.
He takes it at heart, doesn't he?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what you say to him. You can give him some good advice and he'll go, "Yeah, I know," but just totally ignore it. And the problem is he doesn't understand that the way that he reacts to them is what gives them the ammunition against him,
Yeah, well,
If he ignored them, he'd be so much better off.
Yeah, I don't think he can.
No, I think you're right.
There's some stuff you can ignore. There's some stuff you got to put people up on there, like when there's just blatantly no truth in it, and you just listen to these cunts, and you go, come on, you guys are just making fucking stories now,
From what I understand, him and the hobo are going at it. The hobo's going on him now.
Oh God.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I don't about overstaying or some shit like that.
There you go. That's the battle of the giant intellectuals.
No, actually.
And what I'm thinking was, there's thousands of overstayers, even if Barry was right. There's thousands of them in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And how does his overstaying, if he is affecting everyone else? How is that affecting everyone else?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll explain that in a second.
So
throw that dog out the window, man.
It's very busy.
Yeah, look, I agree with you, Jay. That's his problem. If he gets caught, he has to deal with it. Nobody else.
Well, look, the thing is, the truth be told, immigration are going to do absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. You can walk in immigration and say, he lives here, he's overstaying, and they will not do anything. They will not do nothing. I guarantee you that. It costs them money to get him out of the country, right?
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. One time I was 4 or 5 months late. I walked in there. I asked them how much it was. And I said, all right, I'll come in tomorrow. I'll just transfer the money and walked out. Like they didn't say, oh, no, you're not going anywhere. And nothing like that. They said, okay. Gave me back my passport and I walked out.
Yeah.
Come in the next day and paid it. And they will not do nothing.
Well, hey,
they will not do nothing.
Hey, Jay, guys, I get the immigration updates on Facebook now. Okay, from Bureau of Immigration, and there was one that came out that said the commissioner has declared an all-out war on overstayers, undesirables. They're turning away people at the airport. Last month alone, they turned away 150 people for being undesirable. So,
Yeah, I understand. I understand. I've heard all that
yeah,
too as well. And
and
another thing,
but
like you were there when Peter got locked up, was down at the police station.
yeah,
Everyone knows he was overstaying.
but
Did
here
they
was the
do
thing.
anything
Yeah,
about it?
no,
They just let him out.
no. Actually, they tried to do something, but what had to happen was somebody had to write an affidavit and get it notarized. With what just happened with the tattoo, whatever, whoever he is running his mouth. My wife
Who's this?
found out. Well, I'll add you on Facebook, Jay. Okay,
All right.
I'll send you the link to the video.
Okay.
But my wife went down because there was two people that were going to do affidavits. Well, two of the four Filipinos involved. My wife went and found out that if she files an affidavit and this other person files an affidavit, the Philippine government puts a travel can't travel, so that would hold up my wife's visa and this other person's visa to immigrate. But this is what happened with Peter. They called down to the intelligence division. They didn't have a formal complaint on him, so they couldn't do anything. But what the police kindly said here was they suggested that he leave the city for his own health. Basically, they told him if you don't leave, you're going to get your ass kicked when the sun goes down. Because they even went and looked at all of his videos and stuff, and they tried to get a search warrant to get his computer, his hotel room, and everything. It would have taken them 12 days. But now they're picking up people left and right. So the majority are Chinese, and there's a couple Western pedos. A couple of them were over by Johnny, where Johnny used to live.
Yeah, well, I can understand pedos and stuff like that. They've got a thing where they know you one when you come over there. If you've done that in your country and you're on the list or whatever, they can get access to that list, so they can turn them away. I understand that.
Overstayers too. Overstayers, they just nabbed 6 Westerners. A couple Americans, a couple Aussies, a Brit, a Norwegian. So
they grabbed them. Did you say?
Yeah. They came into the pub up here and snatched somebody out. Westerner, a Canadian, and an American. Immigration found out where he was at. Came right into the bar, cuffed his ass up, and took him away.
Really?
I guess it depends.
I reckon they paid him. I reckon they gave him some money to do it. Because they don't do any. They don't really won't do anything, mate.
Hold on, that's a wrong.
He must have been causing a bit of disturbance in the first place for him to get, noticed. They don't just go through a list and go, "Oh, this guy hasn't paid his immigration. Let's go around and get him." They don't do that.
Nah.
They have to be. There has to be some major complaints about they're doing something really wrong for them to go. All right, we better pick this guy up and get him out of the country.
Well, put it this way: if
he's there for 13 years,
if some of these guys could have got Barry out the country, they would have done it by now. Because I'm sure someone's tried.
Well, someone's told me that, or I'm hearing it fucking everywhere, whether it's true or not, that Peter got that thing where you, what's it called, when you go to the embassy and you get your country to bring you back.
He got repatriation.
That's it. That's what it is. Yeah.
But
so how does that work?
They pay for his ticket. Like basically, it's a loan. When he returns back to the U.S., when he goes through immigration and customs, they seize his passport. They can't get anything until he pays the money back for the plane ticket.
That's right. Maybe we should ask PV if he can show us his passport. It's pretty keen to see. Let's have a look at his, eh?
I can't.
Actually,
I don't like the guy.
He's the way they're catching people now is the annual check-in or the annual report. That thing everybody has to do. You pay your 310 pesos. They check you, then you leave. And I think they're going through the list now. After next month, when the annual report part ends, they're going to start getting more. They're going to start checking on more people.
I can't even stand Peter's voice. That annoys the shit out of me just listening to him.
Hang on, what annual report are you talking about? How does this work? Oh, this is new to me. I don't know about this.
Every immigrant, whether it's immigrant visa, like I'm on a 13A visa, tourists now,
Yeah.
they had January 1st to March 1st, they have annual report. You give them your passport, your iCard, 310 pesos. They verify you don't have anything wrong or nobody's looking for you. You leave. But that's how I think they're checking people now. They're going through people after people don't report in. They're going to start looking for individuals. Because I've seen the report there. They're hiring more and more immigration now over here.
Look, I think a lot of it's overstated, though, Eric. I think Jay's probably right. I don't think they go out of their way.
That one, I think that it's starting. It's starting. They went to this one place. I don't know. Jay, you ever been to Manila, Jay?
Oh, only to the airport and then straight out another plane. I usually take the Singapore route, go to Singapore, and then from Singapore to Cebu or Davao, and that's the way I go back to as well through
There's a place
Silk
there.
Air.
They have a Chinatown in Manila. So far, like the past 6 months, they've taken out. They started with the illegal Chinese and Koreans. They're getting to them, but they're picking up other countries as it goes along. So, it's the political climate. It could all change with the next president.
Yeah, they talk about crime and that in the Philippines. Well, I'd be concentrating on the Chinese because I reckon that's where a lot of their drugs and that are coming from.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah, that's just my own personal view on that.
But like I said, if Barry's an overstayer, I'm not saying he is, but if he is, sooner or later, it's going to catch up to him.
Yeah. Yep. But I guess it just remains to be seen. I still think I agree with what Jay says. I don't think they're going to go out of their way chasing anyone up. I think if people could have reported Barry and got to him that way, I think they would have already done it.
Oh, mate, look, money talks. You got to walk in there and say, "Here's fucking 50K. Go get this person." You know what I mean? It's not going to do nothing.
Yeah.
They're not going to do nothing. They'll just go, "Okay," and I'll just take the information and go, "Okay."
They're actually it's coming, but they're slowly getting into it. They're not just going out getting people, but they're slowly getting into it. They're slowly bringing all the criminal. They're coming
because when he's picked up PV and you sent him down to the police station. If this is Australia, he wouldn't need all that. She wouldn't be going nowhere. He would be going from the police station straight to fucking immigration, locked up and deported. No questions asked.
That's what they're trying to. They're trying to bring all these agencies together. They don't have computers. Like when PV did what he did, they had to take the blotter report and send it to Manila. Then Manila had to they had to disseminate all that out to all the different police stations to be on the lookout for him because this guy stole, but the guy that owned the place was out of the country and the employee couldn't do it. So, I mean, he's gone. So, he's on his way to Alabama.
Yeah, I heard. God, why would you bother?
Hey, well, you know what? I wouldn't fuck around down there from where Barry's at. They'd fucking take you back in the woods and fucking bury you. I mean, these are towns in the southern United States where if you don't friends with somebody or related to somebody, you don't live.
Look,
I think it's a waste of time. Why would you go to someone's town, a YouTuber that's in the Philippines, to find out some information about us? Why?
It's all a storm in a teacup, Jay.
Yeah, and it's there's more to it, but I'm not going to talk about it on air. It's part of a big picture.
Yeah.
But what's dangerous about Peter is he's dried out on good psychotropic drugs, so he's halfway coherent now. That makes him more dangerous.
What is he on? Drugs,
Well,
medication.
he's on something for mental health drugs or something.
Oh, he seems more calmer. I've noticed that.
Yeah, and he looks like he's getting 3 meals a day. Must be eating his veggies.
Yeah, look, I don't care. To be honest, I've got no time for the guy.
You just lose weight in the Philippines. Like I was eating fucking every day, and I still lost a lot of weight. You know, I think
Yeah, but that's because you were, from what I believe, training there at one stage, and once you stop training, Jay, you're probably losing muscle mass. You know.
yeah, I think it's got a lot to do with work too. You know, if you're not active and stuff, you're sort of
Yeah, and the weather.
you know.
You get
No, the
that.
weather's the same. It's the same as here, so it's
Uh,
no different. Yeah.
but I think in hot weather you tend to eat less, and I think you're sweating, so it takes the weight off you.
Yeah, but I sweat more here, man. I'm telling you, like I'm doing civils for the fucking telcos and stuff, putting in the infrastructure. And tell you what, it's been bloody hot up here, and even though we've got machines to do the more heavier work, it's still you sweat a lot, you get sunburnt.
Yeah.
I think it's got to do to not going to a gym when I'm there to keep myself more active. Because when I'm at work all day, it's basically like you're at the gym all day. You know what I mean? I'm
Yep.
active. I'm doing stuff, and I'm always moving around. When I'm in the Philippines, I'm still doing the same stuff I do, like drinking and all the rest of it, like I do here. But I'm not getting active. So what I'm going to do when I get back, and I want to change my diet because I was eating chicken, pork. You know what I mean? Hardly any seafood or anything like that. But I didn't get as much beef, and I didn't get as much vegetables. Like I did buy vegetables, but I didn't have like my mashed potatoes and my carbs and all that sort of stuff. And what I'm going to do is join the gym there when I get back. So I'm going to be going Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays just to keep the weight on and stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, the only exercise I ever seen you do, mate, was bedroom aerobics.
Yeah, just beer curls. And red horse bottles get pretty heavy after a while.
Oh, geez. Yeah, you were going through a bit.
Oh, like when I come back, mate, I went straight back to work the first week I was back. Man, that first week fucked me. My body was like, "What the fuck is this shit? Work? I don't like this bullshit." You know what I mean? I've been away for a year and fucking 8 months or something. Not doing any physical work at all.
Have you got any idea when you're going to head back?
Yeah, sort of, but I'm not quite sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure when I'll be going back. I could go back tomorrow if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna.
Well,
my father's here and he's not well, and I spent some time with them. I've been gone for a while, over a year and a half. So
well,
I've only been
right.
back. The time flies. I've been back already 4 months. I got back in September the 26th, 27th. So almost 4 months now. At the end of this month, I've been back. Look how fast that's gone.
You got your dad there, like you said. I mean, I heard you say something about catching up with your daughter and that. So
yeah, she just left. She left on Friday. She was here for 3 weeks and a half, almost 4 weeks.
Yeah,
I got her a PlayStation 4, 3 games, and couldn't get her off the TV the whole time. She likes the games and stuff like that.
No, well, I mean, she's probably
I've been here for a year and a half too.
Yeah,
15 now.
I was going to say she's at that stage in her life where, it probably really could use a dad around.
Yeah, well, I set up. She's got her own bank account and stuff like that, and I set up direct debits for her every week. So she's going to be saving for a car because she'll be 16. So she get a license when she's 16 here in Australia. So
yeah,
she wants to get a car. So I said, whatever you save, I'll match it. And her mother said she'll match it too. So she could potentially get herself a $10,000 car for her first car.
Yeah, that's a good way to go. Get something
Which
reliable and
my
safe.
first car was a fucking, a $1,500 fucking Datsun 180B, 200B it was.
My first car was $100. It was a XL Falcon,
XL.
Hey,
and
don't
it was. And I changed. It was a.
knock.
It was a column shift auto that I had a bastard file in there to change it was for the shifter. The tires were so bald they were round.
Yeah, we only need a shit box back then, but I want to get her at least a half decent. She's a pretty responsible girl, so get her $10,000. That'll get her a good car, like a Mazda 6 or something like that. You know what I mean? Second hand with fairly low Ks on it. That'll be all right for a first car.
Yep.
Don't knock
three or something like that.
Don't knock Ford Falcons because they're restoring them in the States for big bucks now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I had an XY replica GT, mate. It was a beast.
Yeah. I mean, that was just my first car. It was cheap. It was junk, but
See, we have a rule in the States. If it's a hot rod or if it's a muscle car, 4 doors or 2 doors too many.
Yes. So back to work on Monday for me. Another 50-hour fucking week.
What's work? I have not even known what work is for 6 years.
I actually enjoy my job, but it is pretty hard yakka. But I do enjoy it. I mean, the money's fucking good.
hey, Lefty, you say one more bad thing about a Ford, mate, and you're in the sandbox.
Well, actually, older Fords are okay. The newer Fords.
Oh, look, I like
Ford,
the look of the Mustangs, Eric, but I wouldn't have one.
well, if I had a Mustang, it would be a Shelby.
Oh, yeah, in your dreams, $1 million.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they yeah.
Good night, Dakota. Thanks for dropping in, mate.
Yeah, it's
Oh, Lefty, you're pushing it.
well, actually, Ford brought back this coming year, car year. They brought back in the States. They brought back the Bronco. They brought back the Ranger.
We got Ford Rangers over here.
Yeah,
They're
Yeah,
not
but they're not as big as the ones in the Philippines and the States, though.
really.
They're a smaller version. I was looking at Rangers over in the Philippines, right? And I'm seriously thinking about getting one. And in the Philippines, they're much more. They're a bit bigger. In Australia, they're not as big. I think it's to do with I don't know, emissions car laws or some shit. I don't know. They're not the same size truck. You know what I mean?
I know that the Ford Ranger load capacity is better than most of the other cars here.
Mm.
you guys don't have the Toyota Hilux over there, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
They're like 40 grand US over here.
they're a beast, mate. Toyota
Yeah.
Hilux, reliable
For a Land
car.
Cruiser. Mm. I was actually looking at a Land Cruiser here, actually.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Graham's got something like that as well, a 93 or something like that from memory, 90 something.
He showed me one when we were down. He said, "Yeah, mine looks like that." And the only thing I saw was the ass end of it. So it was across the highway.
Guys, give us 2 minutes. I'm just going to grab a drink out the fridge.
I'm having Black Rifle coffee.
Right. Yeah, I don't mind the Hiluxes.
Yeah, but they're expensive over here.
Yeah, they're expensive here. Here they're actually more here because you got to pay the car tax, fucking shit. So yeah, a good SR5 Hilux cost you a fair bit of money, much more than in the Philippines.
I think over here it was like 2.5 million pesos for the Hilux.
Yeah, you get some of these Filipinos running around these brand new bloody Hiluxes and stuff like that that's worth more than their houses.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we looked at the Everest,
And they're paying them off.
and
You know what I mean?
we looked at the Everest. We looked at the Ranger. And so far, the Ranger was the best money.
Yeah, I don't mind the Ranger. I wouldn't mind a blue or black one, or the grey colour. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we looked at them.
They're good. They're a good, decent truck. You can go out, out in the country with them and everything. You know what I mean? Just chuck on some Mickey Thompson's all-terrain tyres on them.
Well, the only bad part about it over here is you got to pay cash for all the extras.
Mm.
The extras like the cattle bars, because that Everest had, like, I went on the Ford with Philippines website. You can get the cattle guard with the sensors in the front.
Jesus Christ, Lefty. That is the biggest load of bullshit. Hey, fucking Hondas here, mate, are fucking, they're not all that good. They fucking cost an arm and a leg for spare parts. And
I drive a Honda over here, and let me tell you something. It was the cheapest thing to get fixed.
Not over here.
It's
not
we got a Honda here.
It only cost me.
Hondas over here, mate, cost an arm and a leg to get fixed. The car parts, the parts from are expensive. Very
now they're making you take it. If it's got warranty now, they're making you take it back to the dealer, so you pay more. You can't take it to like Ultra Tune or anything like that.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
If it's under warranty, you have to take it back to the dealer. Once it's out of warranty, you can take it to wherever you want.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't have a Honda, that's for sure.
But I saw my, and I've seen a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, look, Dick and Cider, especially small cars here, Toyota and Nissan are probably two of the best small car makers going, I reckon. Toyota and Nissan are usually pretty reliable.
Yeah, but over here, though, Jay was right, though. It's probably people's cars are worth more than their houses.
It's true.
Yeah. I've seen it.
That's just bizarre when you think about it, eh? Like, imagine here in Australia that your cars cost more than your houses,
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm still trying to figure out how they're going to figure out how all these Jeepney owners and people are going to pay for these electric Jeepneys, and how they're going to charge them.
When are they doing that?
They're supposed to start 2020. And there's no way up here where I live at 7,400 some feet that these electric Jeepneys are going to make it up and down the mountain.
Yeah, well, it's going to put a drain on the electricity grid as it is.
Yeah, well, they're improving our electrical grid, because when we were in the province, I noticed you can see them. They're doing where we're going to build, and where Johnny's at. It's 20 minutes south of where Johnny's at.
Take care, Jason. Good night, mate.
And you can see where they've updated it, and they've started to run the fiber internet cable up to us, then up the coast. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Dick and Cider was saying that Nissan is junk in the US, because over here, I don't know how you found them, Jay, but Nissan usually pretty good, reliable car.
Yeah.
Especially the small cars.
They're expensive as shit here in the Philippines.
No, not here. Yeah, Subaru's a good car too, Dick and Cider.
I've seen of what's the Korean car company?
Hyundai.
Yeah, they're gaining ground up here where I'm at.
I was thinking about getting a Subaru WRX, but maybe later on down the line.
That car my mom's got's weird. It's a Chevrolet LHR. It looks like a box with 4 wheels, and she's having a hard time finding parts for it. I got a guy now looking. Hold on, I turned my volume down. That's why. There, that should be better.
Why complain, Dick and Cider?
Dick Insiders, remember, I might be only living 12 hours from you when I get home.
Start looking for new places, Dick Insider.
Now, actually, that's going to be my fishing partner until I get my. That's another thing I can't wait to get back to the States. Eating wild game, venison, wild turkey, duck, goose, nutria rat, rattlesnake, gator. It's healthier for you.
Yeah, well, you keep your health, mate. I would need them half of that shit.
Yep, turtle soup.
Fuck of that, mate. Give me a good.
I've had that. I've had turtle. Tastes like chicken but salty.
Give me a leg of lamb and some good beef any day.
Wild pig. Everything reptile is no cholesterol. Believe it or not.
Bit like kangaroo. Kangaroo's got no fat to it. Very lean.
I couldn't eat that.
No, me, I don't eat it either, Jay.
I hear you the one that told me it's for the tourists to eat.
No.
I used to feed them to my dogs.
Yeah, a lot of people use it for dog food. There are guys that'll use the tail to make kangaroo tail soup and shit like that. I just don't eat it, and I don't like the idea that we eat something that's on the Australian Army's coat of arms.
Hey, I've got a commemorative Aussie light horse shirt.
My pride and joy, and I don't know whatever happened to it, was when my brother got out the army, he gave me his slouch hat with the rising sun emblem on it.
This one Graham brought me, he's got the light horse on it with the poppy, and he brought one for me, brought one for me, brought one for Johnny, then gave
Mate,
his.
The Australian light horse they were an amazing outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Bathsheba where they charged it 3 times to take it back off?
Yeah. They outran the artillery.
Yeah, that's right. I think the French and the English kept losing it, and the Australian light horse kept going back in and taking it for them.
Yeah.
Hey, Thunder, get on your control panel there and go to Eric's volume and turn him up.
Okay, on Google Hangouts.
Yeah, you'll see the control room there. Hit that, and it's got the volume.
Control room, where's that?
On the side there, you'll see it. It's like it looks like little dials.
There's a little wrench thing. No, that's cameraman, screen share, chat. I got up the top there, but settings.
Yeah, it should be in there, I think. It usually says control room though. Looks like little mixing dials that shows a picture of.
No, I don't have that on there. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me go to mine because I'm at 100 on mine. Hold on. I'll tell you what. Let me hang up and try again. It might be my internet.
I'm not sure. I can't see any control panels.
No control room. This is control room or anything.
No, haven't got it.
Oh, okay, it's usually there. You're in the Google Hangouts.
I'm on the Google Hangout. I got the Google Hangouts page. Yeah.
It's on there.
Yeah, I can't see nothing like that on here. That's weird. He was low before, but then I can hear him quite fine. I'm guessing Jay can hear him pretty well too.
I can hear him all right, but he's...
Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hung up and came back in. I got this PLDT internet. We're getting fiber now.
Yeah,
they got it
a lot louder.
Yeah, we got it to the city, but they haven't started spider webbing out across the mountains yet.
So what's the weather like up there at the moment, Jay?
Yeah, it's hot.
We were 12 degree. We were 12 degrees last night at 6 o'clock.
That's all right.
Last couple of days in Adelaide, it's been beautiful, man. We were getting the 40-degree days there for a while. It was killing me. But
We had here 42. I was working with.
Yeah,
we had a 45-degree day here, buddy.
That's not hot. We used to do 50
What?
pluses. We used to do 50 pluses in Kuwait.
This is what I was gonna actually ask you something, Eric. So it's good I got you on here now.
Yeah.
Were you ever in Afghanistan?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Have you ever heard the story about the Kandahar giant?
Yes.
How much truth is in that?
It's hard to say because that country is so mountainous and remote. Because I traveled all over Afghanistan as a contractor, from Kandahar to Bagram, from north to south, east to west, the Iranian border, the Kyrgyzstan border, Pakistan border. And I've been up into the Panjshir Valley, but possibly, who knows anymore. I'm waiting for Johnny's friend to come over. We're going to do a channel like that about conspiracy theories.
I've been listening to a fair bit about it, and I mean the soldiers that were there seem very. I don't think they're bullshitting it. They sound very sincere about the incident and what happened there.
Yeah.
You heard that story, Jay?
No. What's it?
It's It's an Afghanistan Yowie, basically.
No. It's actually based on the Bible characters of what giants were like, and supposedly a U.S. military patrol came across a cave where this thing came out, and it was, they said, at least 12 foot tall.
Yeah.
It skewered one of the soldiers with a spear, killed him,
and they killed it.
They were firing, like the whole patrol were firing, and it took a lot to bring it down. End up the first helicopter they sent there couldn't lift it. They had to send a different helicopter out there to pick it up, and then they flew it out back to the States or something.
No, they flew it to Qatar.
Yeah, and from yep, that's right. And then from there on, C-17 back to the States.
Yeah,
what'd they do with it?
Who
That's
knows?
it. Nobody knows. They were very quiet about it.
There's another report from one of the valleys along the Hindu Kush, which if you look at the map, Afghanistan's all mountains along the eastern border, the border with Pakistan and all, in the north. There was a guy on a fob looking through a scope of a sniper rifle at night with a FLIR, and he saw what they judged to be a 7-foot something climbing a vertical cliff, almost vertical cliff, using hands and legs. That's the report says. There are monkeys in that part of Afghanistan, but they don't get that big.
No. But the Kandahar giant story has really got me intrigued.
Yeah.
That's why I was hoping to catch one of you guys to ask you about it, see if you actually heard about it.
Yeah. But there's another report coming out of North America where the U.S. Special Forces went into the Sierra Madres on a training exercise, and they classified it, and they went back in and killed something. But but Afghanistan is so remote. It's outside of, they got one big road that runs like Bagram, Kabul, down south to Helmand. Because we used to get around. I never went anywhere by road when I was over there working twice, and I went everywhere by chopper and plane, and you'd be amazed how remote that country is.
I'll be back in a sec, guys. Got a phone call.
Yep, no worries, buddy.
Mm.
Yeah, so if you got some guys that were over in Afghanistan, I would love for you to do a show and actually question them about that.
Some of the guys I know, they don't talk about it.
Okay,
they can't.
Just
But-
like to know about if they've ever heard the story and what they know about it.
Well, my non-Native American side doesn't believe it, but then again, my great grandmother, honest to God, told me she was full-blooded Iroquois Indian from New York State.
Well,
Right.
Indians have their own legends about it.
Yeah, no, but here's the thing: you can take what the Aborigines in your country say about the Yowies, right? Okay, and they kind of almost match the same stories that are in Nepal, the same stories that are in that one part of India, and the same China, parts of China, and North and the United States.
Well, that's the thing. They're so similar that you have to wonder if there isn't something to it, because you're talking about the same sort of creature on
Yeah.
different continents, you know, that everyone has a sort of legend about.
And so far, the only
Hey,
thing
Gene.
that they think is an actual real creature is the one in Sumatra.
Well, the only thing I've heard about that is that there was previously, we're talking 1,000 years ago, I guess, of a creature, Australis, well, I can't even think what its name now is, but some very ape-like creature that lived over there.
Yeah, well, here's a good one for you that I think is not, it doesn't have anything to do with it, but it goes to your guys' part of the world. Do you think the Tasmanian tiger's still alive?
I think it's possible. And there was a guy that supposedly caught one on a camera not long ago. So, I mean, Tasmania is a pretty.
No, they're talking South Australia too.
Oh yeah, there was on one of our current affairs shows.
Yeah, but here's the thing that goes in line with the Tassie tiger, hominid, undiscovered hominids, is that mainstream science, right, does not take footprint evidence as evidence of a species for some reason. But if it's anything else, they'll take footprints because they use them for census. There's a Canadian guy, John Bindernagel was his name. I've read his books. He talked about Sasquatch, and he said, myth and legend kind of comes together, because how can you explain totem poles, figures, and everything else unless the people actually saw the thing?
Actually, DR, I thought Sasquatch was a North American name for them. I thought the North American Indians. Yeah, I can hear you. You're breaking up a little bit, but can hear you. Do we lose you now, or?
I think he's gone.
Yeah. Well, this Kandahar giant thing, Jay. Supposedly, an American patrol was out and come across it, and I'll tell you what, I've heard the story now from 2 different American soldiers on YouTube. The stories don't change, and even from the pilots of one of the planes that carted it.
Well, the thing is, if it was true, right? Anything like that, the government's going to take and hide it and take it down to a laboratory, and no one's going to know about it, because I don't want the public knowing there's some fucking 15-foot fucking giant.
Yeah.
Fucking caves.
Well, a whole heap of giant skeletons were found in North America, and they took them to the Smithsonian.
Yeah, I think I've seen that. They had the bones and all this. The guy was holding it. It was huge.
And yeah, but now they've disappeared. The Smithsonian say they don't know nothing about it, yet they were handed over to the Smithsonian. So there's some weird shit that goes on. Okay, DR, no worries. I'll have to check that up. I always thought it was a North American thing. I think, don't take me as gospel on this, but I reckon it was around 2005 or earlier. It was a while ago now. I know all the soldiers themselves said they had to sign declarations to keep it quiet, because when they first put their reports in about what happened, they were all forced to rewrite the reports. So pretty weird stuff. But like they said, it was strange because the creature was very light skinned, which you don't expect in that part of the world, and it was red haired and red beard, and
Was it like a person, like a giant person?
yeah. They said it. I think the guys that were on the plane, because they had to work out the weight for the flight, and I think they said it was like 1,100 pounds.
What's that in kilos?
Oh God, you're talking 400, 500 kilos.
That's a big ass man.
Yeah, they said it was solid as, they said really solid. Like you had the whole patrol firing into it, and they said it took a lot to bring it down. So, but there is a little bit on YouTube about it, and an interview with one of the soldiers who was there. I think at first it took them by surprise. They, like, what the fuck is this,
Mm.
Yeah, DR, that sounds about right. 2002, I reckon. That sounds about that time. But the soldiers seemed very sincere, and like the one that I heard, he was more, as much as, it's a mystery and all this sort of thing, but he was more, I guess, upset about the fact that they lost one of their comrades, which you would understand, which made it sound even more sincere.
Mm.
But I do know the Paiute Indians had a legend where they chased some giants into a cave and the giants wouldn't come out. So they set fire to the cave, and the cave actually caved in. I don't know if that was a fire that caused that or not. I think they said it might have been an earthquake and caved them in. But later on down the line, some anthropologists were digging it out and exploring it, and they found the skeletons of two giants. So that's and like this one guy who's really, really I think he's some sort of scientist or professor or whatever. He did say, it's hard to believe everything he's there, but he does believe that a lot of the myths that we hear do derive from actual stories. But the stories can change over time. That Chinese whispers thing.
Mm.
But he's there who does believe that a lot of myths do come from actual events. So it's pretty weird. And I know that the American Indian do have stories of giants in their legends. So, but yeah, this Kandahar giant thing has really got me interested.
It's bizarre.
Very. Yeah, it is. That's probably the best way to put it. Bizarre. That's a good way to explain it. But
there's a lot of other stories out there you see on YouTube about people, sighting things in caves and stuff like that they couldn't explain, and they're usually big ass creatures, obviously. Some of these things are 10, 15 foot.
I think, to be honest about it, a lot of guys, I think, look for that notoriety. So they, there's probably a lot of bullshit out there. But the problem is when you get people bullshitting, it muddies the waters and makes it harder to believe those who are sincere, Hey, Tony, how you doing, mate? Dick, do you want to come on? I can put the link in the chat.
Hey, I was watching some of Rico's videos lately, and he's fucking over in Vietnam. See that?
No.
Actually, no. Actually, he's going to be having company here soon.
I have been watching a few documentaries on Vietnam, and the more I watch, the more I feel for those young kids that they sent over there. I mean, man, I know that there was some pretty rough times in previous world wars and that, especially with, say, New Guinea and the Kokoda Trail. But that jungle warfare, man, that really does give meaning to that saying, "War is hell," because what those poor kids had to put up with. And they were kids. You're talking 19-year-old, 20-year-old kids over there fighting that war.
Yeah, but you can't remember, too. It's just not the U.S. There was Aussies, New Zealanders, Koreans, and Filipinos.
Yeah. I know that. I've read, not read, watched a few documentaries on the Battle of Long Tan, and but you know, the fact is, Americans took the brunt of it all.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, there was one sector north of Kandahar, a place called Tarankat, that the Aussies took the brunt of it in Afghanistan. The Aussie SAS.
Yeah, you don't hear much about that, do you?
No, and there was a bunch of them. The Aussies were operating between Basra and Baghdad in Iraq.
I think when it comes to the Australian SAS, not a lot does get said. They tend to keep it pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what? I know they're still operating today in New Guinea and East Timor.
Yeah, that's because it's got a lot to do with the oil that we're basically stealing from them. In East Timor.
Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, we're as guilty as everyone else. Our government in using up some of these third world countries. I totally disagree with what some of the things that we do.
And I know that's going on, and I'm Australian, and I'm not fucking denying that it's not going on. But that's what's happening.
I just watched this thing on YouTube you got about your country, about the rape gang that raped a woman, and then the psychiatrist ended up marrying one of them.
Oh God, no, I didn't.
And have it. I'll email you the link, Thunder, if I see it again. Graham got me watching it.
Yeah, look,
And no, this psychiatrist, she went totally fundamentalist, down to the full hijab and everything.
Yeah, it's crazy shit.
It was his psychiatrist, and now he's out walking the streets. And
hey, Gene. Yeah, look, I'm the first to admit when we're not innocent in a lot of shit that goes along, and it's that's a problem. Sometimes we tend to be in denial about what our own governments and country does.
Oh wow!
Cool, Tony.
Yeah, I'm saying though, if you don't hear about it, like immigrant, you don't ever hear about. Well, I've heard of since Trump took office, 2 Filipinos got deported out of the U.S. for illegally, right? But you guys have I don't know how it is. I guess when Filipinos immigrate to America, they don't cause any problems. So I don't know how it is in Australia. They actually come to the U.S., they work, and they contribute to society.
I can't think of anything, Jay, where we've had trouble with Filipinos ever.
Yeah.
I've got a Filipino my boss sponsored and his family to get him over here many years ago, and he still works for us today. He's a hard worker.
Yeah.
So he came over. He was actually in communications over in the Philippines, and my boss sponsored him to come over, and then got his family over. And my boss has got a lot of money. He has houses everywhere, and put him in one of his houses and charged him cheap rent until he got up and going with himself and his citizenship and that. Now he's got his wife over and his kids over. And they've been here for like probably 10, 12 years now.
Yeah. No, I've never heard of any issues. We've got problem now, Eric, with Sudanese.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, you guys had the Afghan problem too, didn't you?
Not as bad. No, I can't remember anything too bad with the Afghans, but definitely Sudanese.
Not so much here in Cairns, but down Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne and stuff. Especially Melbourne at the moment with them Sudanese gangs going around fucking, robbing people in the middle of the night, kicking their door down, running in with baseball bats and stuff like that. But when they get caught by the police, they fucking shit themselves. They soon change their tune.
Yeah. Look, I think the biggest mistake, I mean, I love that Australia is multicultural, so don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a great thing. But the mistake that we made is we brought in people from countries where the culture was just so different that it's hard to see them integrate with our society.
Yeah.
You know what happened? You know what happened in Canberra? My best mate is a police officer. He's a federal police officer, and they had these Sudanese. They're in Canberra, and because where they come from and what they do and how they treat women, they had this white girl, and they're all in a circle with their belts just smashing them with their belts, like 10 of them, and she's got whip marks and stuff all over her back. And my mate had to pull up there and like, what the hell's going on here, sort of thing, and arrest them all. And they think, oh, it's normal. This is what we do in my country. It's like, we don't do that here, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
not what we
exactly.
do.
That's what I'm saying. We're bringing in people now, especially. No, don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with Muslims. I know a really nice Muslim guy, but unfortunately, when we bring in the extremists, they just do not integrate into society at all.
Now you see, that's kind of, well, I lived and worked in Kuwait. Okay. They don't. How can I put this? They like
to take our benefits and get paid for free. Do fuck all. They love all that shit, but they hate us.
Yeah,
that's what they do.
Yeah, that's true. Very true, Jay. They
but
don't want to integrate.
Yeah, but in Kuwait, they don't like other Muslims. They like Americans and Europeans more than they like other Muslim countries.
They get looked after better than Australians, man. I'm telling you, when they come here.
That's bad. You see, that's what Trump's trying to change in America, and he's having a hard time doing it.
I agree, Tony. I think one of the things I hate about the Australian government is that we don't like to send people back to their own countries when they mess up. And I think if you're not an Australian citizen and you commit a crime here, fucking back to the country you came from. We don't need
like serious crimes, like not like bloody, get the parking ticket or something like that, or a speeding fine. But if you're doing stupid shit and breaking into people's houses and ganging up on people and bashing them outside nightclubs and down the beach like they've been doing and all that shit, you got to go. No questions asked.
Exactly. That's what I want to see from our government. I want to see them take a tough stance on that shit. Teach the others a lesson so that they know you come here, you abide by our laws, and you'll be fine. But we got a weak government, Jay.
What? Wow.
We really do have a weak government.
Well, do you want us to ship Donald Trump over to you in 2021 when he's finished?
Oh, look, I got nothing against Trump and he's doing some good shit, but no, you fucking keep him over there.
Well, the thing is, too, as well, so the responsible gun owners here, right, that have got their licenses and their guns at home, if these gangs break into your house here in Australia and come in a baseball bat, some knives and threaten you, and if you shoot one, you go to jail for it.
Yeah.
That's the fucked up about it.
And the worst bit about it, Jay, is that with the laws now, because I had a gun license, you got to keep your gun in one lockup and then your ammo in another lockup.
Yeah, that's what we got here. We got a gun safe. It's got two sections to it, so the ammo's in one and the guns are in the other.
Yeah. Tony. Okay, Tony. Do you want to come on the chat, Tony? I can put a link in there for you, mate, if you want to jump on. You being Australian, I'm sure you got an opinion on all this shit, and being in Brisbane, you'd have experienced it.
That's a good idea. Lock them up first. Let them learn their lesson in jail, then deport them.
Yeah, that's how they should do it.
Well, actually, I'm glad to hear that the U.S. isn't the only ones going through immigration problems.
Well,
mate, it's been happening for a while here. It's not no news, man.
Well, the best thing we did, I think, is get these illegal immigrants now and throw them on an island off of Australia.
Christmas Island.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they're still processing them and bringing them in and giving them here's your Centrelink benefits. You're going to get more than our pensioners. Oh, and you got all these kids too as well. And here, we're going to give you low-cost housing. And actually, we're going to build brand new houses for you. And they don't do this for our pensioners, man.
No.
And these guys are getting a lot more. And it's like, what the fuck's going on here? Who's making these decisions?
Yeah.
Who's responsible for making these idiot decisions in our country is what I want to know. Because no one's voting for this shit. None of us are. None of us saying, oh, that's a fucking good idea. They should do what Japan used to do this, turn them away at gunpoint, mate. Fucking go out there with their boats and just blow them away.
They just did that on the U.S. southern border.
The problem was we had the Australian Navy at one stage trying to tow boats back to wherever they came from, but their boats would sink.
And then they'd rescue them and take them in.
Yeah. I'd be happy to say to the Australian Navy.
I don't know why. You know what would save more money, right? And I'll tell you what, it would save more money. And I always said this, okay? People go, oh, well, that'll cost money to do that, Jay. And I say, well, it's a lot cheaper than keeping them here, giving them fucking a pension and giving them free housing. As soon as you grab them, they go straight onto a fucking army plane and you fly them back to their country and drop them off. Throw them out in parachutes if you have to. That's a lot cheaper. You know what I mean? It's cheaper than keeping them here, giving them a pension, giving them a house, and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know why they just don't fly them back. And where'd you just come from? They can tell by the way they talk. Obviously, you'd have an interpreter, find out where they're from, and just drop them back there. Land on the carport of the airport, open the door, push them out of the airport, and just turn the plane around and drive off.
Yeah, Tony, I think you did it. They were, I know they were sinking their own boats too. I think, if the Navy were given permission to use them as target practice, they'd soon stop coming over.
Well, they had that problem with the caravan heading to the United States, the migrant caravan, right? And Trump sent the troops down to the border.
Yeah, I was watching all that. How'd that turn out?
And they turned the one away. They turned the one away because Trump got the Mexicans to do it because he said, I'll shut the border down and no goods, no people will cross the U.S. border, period. He will close the border with Mexico completely. But
so
now,
the Mexican army had to stop them.
Yeah, these people weren't from Mexico. They were from like Central America.
Yeah,
They actually rioted and took a whole football stadium over in Tijuana. Then they tried to get to the border, but the tear gas and rubber bullets turned them away. But now, and our problem with our southern border is that it's the drug runners' highway. They pay these poor people, like $10. You carry this bale of marijuana, come across the border, we'll give you $10 and a free ride.
Yeah, well, look, immigration's a problem all over the world, and I don't have issues with immigration as long as it's, done the right way, because I feel sorry for those people who come over here or are waiting to come over here, and they got to wait years to do it, and you get these
people that done it properly.
And they got to wait for these line jumpers. It's just wrong. It really is wrong.
Yeah, well, it's honestly, I'm doing the process. And you know what? I feel bad because Graham did that Australian visa packet, 17 freaking pages and like 50 supporting pieces of paper for a tourist visa to go there.
Go where?
Come to Australia.
Is that for who, his business? Or?
No, for a tourist visa for his better half.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Oh, yeah, and it cost a fair bit of money too.
And he said he had to have like $7 or $8 grand show money in the bank.
Yep, you got to be responsible, so you're not trying to smuggle someone in here and let them run off and stuff like that.
Yeah, like the U.S., I think I used a visa service now for my wife. We're up to the last stages, and the only thing that seriously I fucked up when I did the last time, I fucked it up. Now, because she's a military spouse, a spouse of a retired military, I submitted that documentation with her ID card and everything so they could run her through the Department of Defense. And everybody tells that's probably the only thing that helped put her over the top for her visa. Because there's some kind of, I don't know, where's Johnny at when you need him? He can explain it. But there's like a different set of regulations for a military spouse compared to, say, if you were an American trying to bring somebody over.
Yeah. Look, I think if, you're in a relationship or, like fiance or married, it shouldn't be that hard to bring somebody back over into the country. Yeah, DR. I haven't heard anything about that. I have seen some video that freaked me out about Americans. Okay, Jay.
I can't. I'm not on the computer, mate. I'm on my phone.
Are you on your computer?
I can send it. Hold on. Let me copy and paste his email.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Just take it out of the link. Hold on. Let me find my Gmail here. Hold on.
Okay, Eric's going to... no, that's all right, Tony. Eric's going to mail it to you, mate. He'll send it to your email.
Yeah. I don't have only people's email I got saved on here. It's you, Johnny, and Focus. Hold on. Come on.
Yeah, look, I can understand, they want to tighten up immigration, and I don't have an issue with that. But what I do have an issue with is the hoops that they make you jump through to bring a legitimate partner over.
But what about how they treat you when you're coming back? Like, I couldn't believe it the way immigration asks me questions and bail me up all the time. It's like, what were you doing over there? And I said, have a hell of a good time. And I just look at you and go, I said, why don't you just concentrate on the people like, like these characters over here coming in behind me, you know what I mean? I'm Australian, that's my passport, I'm coming back.
Well, hey, do they give you problems because you're coming from a drug source country? Have you ever had that question?
What do you mean a drug source country?
What they consider a drug source country, like you come from a known drug source country, you get the fucking ion swab and the fucking shit.
Put it this way, I've just in every airport I go to, I'm the guy they grab and want to fucking put the wand over and search you and go through your shit. I'm that guy. In every fucking airport I go to, they come straight up to me every time.
Well, I sent him the email now. He said you can't get the link, so I did my due diligence. So
I was flying from Sydney to Cairns, and they waved that wand over me, and they're going, "Oh, you've got drugs on you." And I said, "Fucking go fix your bloody wand, mate." I said, "I've got no drugs on me." And I said, "If you think you're going to put that rubber glove on and stick it up my ass, you got another thing fucking coming." I had to go in this room, take off my fucking shoes. That's all I took off. My shoes and stuff like that. I had to take off my belt, and they put me through that scanner thing. I said, "See nothing." I said, "Go check your wand, mate. I think it's broken."
Yeah. What it is, Eric, I think he said he can't use the link in the chat because he's on his tablet. So
I emailed it to him.
Yeah, so he should be able to use the email.
Yeah. Well, hey, I came back. I was the only. There was 3 Americans who were on a flight from Guangzhou, China, to D.C. And I got into Dulles, which is Washington, D.C., got to the airport. I got through immigration. And all these Chinese are fucking coming in. They fucking had every last person off of that flight in the customs secondary ripping their shit apart. I walk up to a Filipino customs guy. He goes, "Where are you coming from?" "Philippines." "Where at?" "Okay, Baguio." "Oh, okay, sir, no problem." Straight through. I've seen the Kuwaitis rip apart people's luggage. The guy goes, one of them had like a locked case. And he wanted to open, and it's in the no key. They fucking went and got the fucking tool, fucking cut this fucking guy's suit. He's wide open.
Tony, that's bullshit, mate. That's the problem with Go-Go, mate. If you don't want to follow his bullshit, he doesn't want you around. The guy likes to run his own agenda. He likes to control everything. Once he doesn't have control, mate, that's one person I got no fucking time for. And
the guy uses a fucking electronic voice, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. I know who he is, Jay.
Who?
I know who Go-Go is.
Who is
it? Jay, can you see Hangout chat?
Yeah.
I don't think these guys don't know who he is, but I do.
I do.
No, you don't. I bet you don't, Eric.
Yeah, because he showed. He's Australian and he's from Melbourne.
Yes, he's from Melbourne, that's for sure. Yep, and he's
married to a Filipino.
And he's a house husband.
Yep.
Okay, then you probably do know who he is.
Oh, I know who he is because he's related to another person Jay's had problems
Yes.
with.
Then you know exactly. Yep.
I don't know who it is. I'm still lost here.
I don't want to say it online, Jay, but I'll send you an email later, mate, and I'll tell you exactly who he is.
All right, sweet. Okay.
Well, Thunder,
Is he a vlogger? How did you find out the information?
we can't put it out on air.
All right. I'll just send me an email. So.
Hold on. Let me find you on Facebook, Jay. I'm going to add you right now. Hold on.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of profiles up there because someone's made fake profiles on Facebook. I've actually contacted Facebook. They haven't done nothing for like 6 months.
Hey, Tony, welcome,
That's
mate.
the one where I've got a pair of glasses.
I'm here, guys.
On and a colour photo.
Thank you.
Hold on. Okay, is it the one that says Cairns, Queensland, with you with sunglasses on? Looks like you're on
a boat in the Philippines? Yeah, that's
yeah. Okay, hold on. You got it right now. I'll tell you in Facebook who it is. And
I'll add you.
You keep your Facebook plate, don't you?
Sorry, I've got it right here now. I just added you.
Okay. Cool. Okay, I'll tell you on what's going on via Facebook.
Yeah, Lefty, it's from a very reliable source, and it would explain why he had so much time on his hands to do what he was doing.
And also, he showed up on another show that had problems with Jay and Barry.
Look, Lefty,
on the panel.
Lefty, if I get a chance, I will let you know. I don't want to put it out over on here.
All right, well, send me it. I added you.
Okay.
I want to know. I'm curious.
So we're all having fun, are we? So what's been going on, Thunder?
Not much, mate. Same shit, different day. I thought you might want to come on because I know being in Brisbane, especially with this these immigration problems, I think Brisbane too is having some issues with Sudanese, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's not as bad as bloody Melbourne, mate. That's for damn sure. But,
yeah, it's shocking there.
Yeah, mate. It's just out of control. What has our government been thinking? But they don't do anything about it, though. They know the problem. It's been plastered all over TV.
Well, I heard
probably people in the middle of the day, mate, bashing them. You know,
I've heard a judge come actually on do an interview about it, which is really unusual for them to do that. And his argument was that they can only do what the law allows them to do. So the problem is that we're not legislating for these guys.
But there's legislation in place, mate, that it is actually, look, I can't remember, it's 3 or 4 years in prison time, depending on what it is. And it's for robbery, it's for rape. As soon as their time's done, they can deport them back to their own country.
Yeah,
it is in place.
That's what they should be doing, mate.
Yeah.
But the government's got to do it because they're the one enacted the legislation. But there seemed to be the main thing they want to be worrying about is the Kiwis are all worried because those are the ones that they want to send home.
Yeah, they're really rough on the Kiwis, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I understand with some of them because some of them are bloody, real bad shitheads over here. But the Sudanese are down there in Melbourne or worse. They should just deport the bloody lot of them.
Yeah.
And not just the ones doing it. They should make the whole family responsible because some of these are young people.
Well, do they scream that they're political refugees fleeing? Do they play that? Like,
a lot of them do.
They play the old, they come from a war-torn country. I said, well, you're in a country of opportunity now, and you're fucking it up.
Exactly
You're fucking it up.
And they're former child soldiers, and they'll get murdered if they go back to their country.
Yeah, all that stuff, yeah.
Well, the bad thing is a lot of the people that have come here from some of the Middle East countries, they come here as political refugees because they're scared they might get killed in their own country. but they then turn around after being here a little while and go back for a holiday to their home country. How scared can you be if you're going back there for a bloody holiday?
Well, you hate to say this, but that Angela Merkel started this whole problem.
It's a crazy problem.
All right, look, Lefty, I'm sending you this. Keep it to yourself, all right? Don't go publicly putting this out on
Someone
YouTube.
sent it to me. I haven't got it yet.
I did. I sent it to you on Facebook.
Oh, you did? Hold on, let me go in.
I'm back a second, guys. Hang on.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Girlfriend's got to come first.
Did you get it?
Yeah, but I don't know who that is.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Keep your Facebook open.
Yeah.
All right, I sent you the email, Lefty, anyway. You probably
Hold on.
recognise seeing that name around before.
I've seen the second name there around.
Yeah,
The
that's
YouTube name. I've seen that, but I don't know who the guy is.
yeah. His wife is the sister to another.
Okay, don't
The
say
guy.
anything. I'm telling Jay on Facebook. Hold on.
Okay,
Yeah, I get it now.
yeah. Which would explain why he's such a shit stirrer, eh?
Mm.
But yeah, he likes to run his agenda, and if you don't follow his line, he doesn't like it at all, mate.
Oh, Larry's around.
What? So he's got his own channel where he does live streams.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on. Me.
He hasn't been going under that name for a while. He's just been going around as Go Bobo.
Sister and stuff like that.
Yeah. But yeah, back to immigration. That woman in Germany, she started this whole thing. Oh, come, open the borders for you. And all of a sudden, the rest of the world decides to follow suit.
Yeah, look, I mean, let's face it. I mean, immigration is going to be a problem. You know, you're not going to be able to. It's always going to be an issue. What I think we do need to do, though, is legislate to handle it a lot better than we do.
Well, I got a question since I'm the only American here. Doesn't your vote kind of count when you go to the polls and vote?
Yeah, but they never have that as an issue. Do you know what I mean? The one person who tried to bring that up as an issue, and the two major parties just floored her for it, mate. Lefty,
I'm
it did go.
going to vote for Clive Palmer, man. Tell you, he's on that.
I mean, you know, I guess I hate to say this, but our president, Donald Trump, kind of brought the world immigration problems to the forefront and made it an issue.
Well, it's been an issue here for a while. It's just our government hasn't wanted to act on it.
Well, you know the state of California, right? I was talking to my mom the other day, okay? The state of California, which is very liberal left state, they call it the left coast of America, right? They voted to give state health care and welfare benefits to illegal immigrants.
Wow.
That's not
So
good.
now every citizen in the state of California who is a taxpayer has to pay that now on the state tax increase.
Yeah.
Money's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah. They don't
Hey,
even let customs and immigration agents.
Hey, how you doing, Ed? Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, well,
Hope you're
our
well.
pensioners here are suffering while these guys are getting money thrown at them in houses and stuff. You know, it's just bullshit.
Yeah, I agree. It's wrong.
You know, they can barely scrape, things together week to week, and they don't get those sort of houses that they get and stuff. You know.
Yeah, I meant to tell Barry there was a place I wanted to tell him about for rent. It was cheap. It was one of those two-story Filipino townhouses. They're like in a gated community. They're like $8,000 or $9,000 a month.
Even that's too much. That's too much for him.
Well,
He needs something about 5-6K is for his budget.
The problem is, Jay, and I'll be totally blunt here, is that he wants a lifestyle that he can't afford.
Yeah.
And you know that better than anybody, I think.
Well, I told him not to move into there. I said, that's a bit expensive for you, mate. And he did. And I said, oh, no, he's moving out now. He's getting the place a bit cheaper, but 5 to 6K. So then he's got his electricity on top of that, and he's got his internet, you know. So, yeah, 13K is far too much for him. Even 9K, 8K is too much.
Well, if he can't get a place for 5 or 6K there's something wrong.
Well, he can, but it won't be in the city, but, you know, you can.
I've heard people talk about it quite a bit, and they say it's available out there if you look around.
Oh, yeah, there's places out there now.
Focus was talking about it, that his wife could have put him in like a small,
yeah.
1-bedroom house for like 4, 5 to 5K.
Yeah, that's his budget. Because then he'll have about 2,000 for electricity, then at least 1,200 for internet, and there's his 7-8K on his just that. And then he's got food, and he's got smokes, and entertainment. Yeah. You know.
Hey, Larry, how you doing, Larry?
Yeah, well, honestly, honestly, I don't know how Barry would be, but Focus told me that the fucking aircon electric bills really fucking kill you down there.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I think that's included in his rent, though.
Yeah, that's all included where he is now. But if he had a place for 5K, because I remember when we were down at Matt Wilkie's house, right, or units, he tested it for a month where he only ran his aircon every now and then. He didn't run it too much. And he got his electricity down about 2,500, but his rent was 6,000. You see, then he got 8,000 and a half already. And then the internet bill, another 1,200 pesos. You know, so there's already 10 gone. Then you've got to buy food for the month, and then cigarettes. Even though cigarettes are cheap, they add up when you're only on.
They actually went up over here. Marlboro went up to 110 pesos a pack.
Yeah, but better than buying them in Australia.
Yeah, you're fucking oath. I'll pay 110 pesos for a packet of smokes all day long. Fucking, I'll pay 100 pesos.
And no, that's actually that's actually Marlboro's too.
Unreal, isn't it?
Like $40 for a packet of cigarettes here.
Yeah, $43 for me.
Ooh, there you go. Ed pays 100. I mean, the one supermarket had them Marlboro Black over here for 95, 93 a pack. You go to Manila you go to the Pasay bus terminal. They're 100 and 150.
It's good stuff for.
That's it.
Yeah, but I mean, my electric bill up here, well, we don't have any aircon in the house because we don't need it. But I think ours, the most over Christmas was 2,000. That was running the Christmas lights and shit.
Yeah, that's reasonable, man.
Hey, Johnny scored the fucking awesome fucking place to live where he's at, right on the beach for 10,000 pesos a month.
Oh, wow.
He was telling me he moved. I was talking to him today, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. He just moved.
It's a bit of a project going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, there's actually a couple projects. There's a bunch of us getting together and working on stuff.
How far away is he from you?
Right now, he's 40 minutes by car. And when my wife and I move down the mountains, he'll be 20 minutes. I know exactly what street he lives on, where he goes to school at, where they're going to school at. I know exactly. And it's not a bad area because there's a lot of expats in San Fernando, a lot of them. And there it's a Pinoy beach. So, and you look across the bay, across the water is the casino, Thunderbird Casino.
I should do all right then.
That's what we tried to tell Barry. We tried to tell Barry he needs to. I tried to tell Barry he needed to move to Luzon, come north of Angeles and south of Baguio along the highway. Any of those cities would have had what he wanted for really cheap. He could have got $3,500, $4,000 a month in rent, probably with his water, at least his water included.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he needs.
The problem is he wants to be around those city areas, and
they're cities, Thunder. They're cities. They're major cities. What I call a major city, when you have an SM city and an SM mall in the same geographical area, that's a city.
What I mean is, I think he wants to be around where there's tourists.
There are.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you kind of don't wander 5 clicks off the highway each way, but Barry could have got all of his Western food he wanted. His mix of Western Filipino food, modern conveniences, fucking awesome internet because they're down in the province, and he'd have been set. He'd have had money left over, and only thing he had to do to travel was stand out on the highway and flag a bus to wherever he had to go. The bus will stop, pick you up. And if he wanted to travel town to town, they have the jeepneys for like 25 pesos that'll take you up north or south between the cities, tricycles. He'd have been set.
He only gets about 25, depending on the exchange rate, 25 to 26,000 a month. So
yeah, he could have. Yeah, but he'd have been between 3.5 and 4.5, probably like a 1-bedroom, somewhat modern.
Hey, Lost.
So, that's just,
Well, I'm sure Focus's wife is going to find him something for about 5-6K.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I'm eating cold pizza here.
You fuck. So, I mean, Luzon, from what I've seen, unless you like in the deep interior of Mindanao, is like one of the cheapest islands to live on. Unless you go out and become a hermit like Frank.
I don't think Barry could live like that.
I'd go nuts.
He needs to be where all the action is.
Yeah. Well, he could. Well, when I told him to move to Baguio, I found him one for $4,500. It was redone, semi-furnished. He would have had to pay his water, his electric, and internet. But it was like a studio apartment.
Yeah, that's what he needs.
And he could have wrote it. Yeah. Yeah, we pay like $600 a month, $800 a month, depending on what we got going on. So, I mean,
he had a good deal when he was out at Matt's.
Yeah, he fucked that up though, and that's why I got angry about that, because he had a really good deal there.
Yeah, and I helped him get that, and it was a really good deal. Like, we didn't have paid water or nothing like that. It was just our electricity and $6K a month.
Well, and actually, I kind of gave him a hint on what to do about internet, about what Graham did. Graham got the prepaid global, 65 gig a month, or for 1,000 pesos or something like that, and he could take it with him because it was prepaid hotspot.
Yeah, they're good, but you have to make sure you get good coverage where you are.
Graham up here at where he's at is hit and miss. He's got to wait between 6 and 8 at night and 4 a.m. and when the sun comes up. But when he brought it to my house and it's smoking, it works. So I did my due diligence. I gave the guy some advice, and
see, in Davao, where I stay there in Rivera Village, I get you got Sky Cable running through there, so I get it through Sky. 1,200 pesos, about 5 megabytes. It's fast enough. It's all you need. I never had no problems as long as you get your own connection. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's good. It's reliable.
Yeah.
So, they should have fiber there by now, actually.
Well, we're getting fiber up now, and then I don't know. Focus was talking about it, but I don't think the fiber comes to his house yet.
He's out near the airport. But
I know he's near Buhangan.
yeah, I heard he was out near the airport way. So
Yeah.
it's about 180 pesos in a taxi if you go to the airport from Rivera Village. Rivera Village is pretty much central around everything in Davao there. One good place to stay, I'll tell you that now.
Yeah, well, I'm moving down to where Graham and I were at. We saw one expat, and he looked like he was about ready to die. Well, I'm gonna go grab another coffee.
No worries, mate.
Let Tony talk. We kind of shut him up.
No, I'm having a smoke at the moment. No, you're just talking about internet and price of electricity, where my girlfriend's grandmother lives. They don't even have electricity out there, so that's not really a problem, eh? And that's kind of where we actually want to kind of move to. So yeah.
Well, electricity was costing me about $100 a month where I was.
It's a similar price to electricity in Australia, isn't it? Really, depends on what you use. But I've heard a lot of people just say, yeah, just run aircon at night time, just get comfortable and sleep, and that's it. You deal with the heat during the day. I'm in Brisbane, so it doesn't really get to me too much.
Well, the thing is, I tested it, right? So I ran my aircon 24 hours a day for the whole month.
Yeah.
And my electricity bill was 5,100. And then I turned it off during the day and didn't put it on until I went to sleep. So about half. So instead of 24 hours, 12 hours. And the electricity bill was 4,000. So it was only 1,200 pesos difference for running it 24 hours. Well, fuck it. I'll just leave it on.
Yeah, not worth it. Keep it on, eh?
Yeah, well, I'll turn it off when it's cool. Then when it got hot during the day, I'd say, "No, put it on." I'm not going to sit there and sweat when it's an extra 1,200 pesos. Fuck all, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Shit, you're not for that, eh? That's something else.
Yeah. But you'd think it'd be like 8,000 pesos because you're running it twice as much, but it's not.
The thing that I can't get over is the price of utilities in the Philippines, say, compared to Thailand, where it's a lot cheaper. It's crazy. I would have thought the Philippines would have been much cheaper, but
the infrastructure's old, I think. They're running off. I think the Davao power plant there is running off diesel generators. Mate.
Holy shit!
Imagine how much diesel they must go through.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They switch areas off. They give you a notice, but this area is going to be switched off between this time because I have load electricity. So they'll turn like suburbs off. Basically.
They're the issues that that Duterte should be working on. They're the things that he needs to be fixing up. It seems like he talks about it. He talks a good talk, but it doesn't seem like he's doing a lot.
Yeah, maybe on the outside for us, but you know what's going on behind the scenes, I suppose. It's like anything else.
Yeah, that's true.
And the other thing you got to remember too is like they only serve term for so long, and they only have that time to do it. So a lot of times it's the same as politics in Australia, mate. They implement something, and then the next government that comes in, they get the benefits from it because it's what they've put in place. So.
But you know as well as I do, the Australian government are full of shit. They're lining their own pockets, mate. They do very little for us, really. They just come up with new ways to tax us.
Yeah, so they can get their money.
Yep. When you look at their retirement benefits and how they can access this super long before we can, it's a rort.
They don't get super much. They get it as soon as they finish their term. They can go and get they get their full amount of money they were getting paid before, not super, and not waiting until they're 67 and a bloody half.
I know, it's a rort, mate.
It's shocking, and they're going to make me wait till I'm 67 and a half. They want to change it to 70.
Yeah, they can stick it up their fucking ass.
Yeah, how can you work at that age, mate? Especially if you're doing outdoor work, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well,
look,
I work with
the
my
idea
hands.
the idea is you work to that age and you die as soon as you retire. So
But I do very physical work outside too as well, you know, civils and stuff like that. And I couldn't see myself doing that shit at fucking 70 years old. No fucking way. I can't see myself doing it in the next 10 years. Fuck it. By the end of the year, I can't see myself doing it.
yeah, exactly.
Well, another
You
5
know?
more years and I won't be able to do it. It's bullshit.
Yeah, you wake up every morning, you're feeling it, you know what I mean? I'm 40 now, and I'm feeling it, man. I'm telling you. I'm feeling it
Well,
hard.
I hang out for Friday because by Friday
Me too, mate.
my legs are absolutely stuffed. I can hardly walk.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I'm only 52, mate. And
Max.
bullshit.
Yeah, look,
Sometimes I'm that stuffed on a Friday, I can only drink a couple of beers because I'm just so tired. Just have dinner and go to bed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lefty, he should retire because, all right, he's making millions, fine, but the bottom line is, mate, he's not the same fighter anymore. And if he fights any quality fighters, they're going to hurt him. That's the truth.
Well, I thought he was not doing so many fights now because he's concentrating on being
Politics.
senator in the Philippines. That was his more.
No, he's been taking fights.
Yeah.
And to give, like the guy was a phenom when he was in his prime, but he needs to give it up now.
Yeah.
He's going to get hurt if he gets in there with a quality fighter.
Yeah, well, that's it, mate. Get out while you're ahead, you know.
Yeah.
He's in the Senate there, you know. Get in there and
they should put him. They should match him up with Mundine. That's a guaranteed win there.
Isn't that ridiculous, Mundine?
Yeah.
He got a lot of money out of that fight too.
I tell
That's
you
the
what,
only reason why he did it, mate.
Laid out.
the biggest joke was the Mundine Green fight. Danny Green and Mundine. That was a joke.
They've been feuding for years, though.
But then that was just one of those. It was just always a money fight, really, when you look at it.
Yeah, well, look, how many people, will go and watch that fight because, through cable TV, because most people want to see Mundine knock the hell out.
Jesus, yeah.
Because of his mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
If he didn't have that mouth, mate, he'd actually probably have a little bit more respect from some people.
Do you know what I hated, Tony, was that he went down that road, I think, of trying to imitate Muhammad Ali. I don't know if you got that impression, but when he switched over to being a Muslim and all the mouthing off, it seemed that he was just trying to imitate the Ali line.
Yeah, but Ali could back it up.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
You know? Oh.
Yeah. Hey, Fives, get someone to rub them for you, mate.
Like a gypsy.
Yeah, I tell you what, that was a great fight. If you guys see it, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Did you guys see that fight?
No.
That was a great fight, mate. And I'll tell you what, Wilder's power is just insane, and Fury's jaw has got to be one of the best jaws out there. Great fight, mate. Really, really good fight. If you get a chance to see it on YouTube, have a look at it. I just want to see. I'd like to see either of those guys now against Joshua. See how that goes. Yeah.
What's been happening?
Yeah, DR, that was amazing. I mean, that hit that Wilder gave him and not like floored him. The fact that he could get up after that in the 12th round, I think it was, last round, 12th round, and then get up and win the round, will throw more punches anyway. That was just sensational. Fury's jaw was so impressive, but geez, man, Wilder's power is, and it was a fitting decision at the end, I think. Although, I guess people are always going to argue that the count was pretty slow starting for Fury in that 12th round.
They're on my wife. My wife's watching it on time delay right now.
What's she watching?
She's watching Pacquiao right now. They're on time delay.
Oh, okay. I mean, he's a national hero over there, so I can understand that, and I loved him as a fighter. But just my personal opinion is that the guy needs to retire and concentrate on other things because he gets in the ring with a quality fighter, he's going to get hurt.
They're saying that he might run for president the next time around.
I hope he does, because he's I think he's one of the few people that actually wants to help the country and its people. He's a very selfless guy.
I can't say anything about politics because they're warning. But yeah, I like the president we got now. They got here now, so.
Oh yeah, I got some issues with the way he does things and some of the shit he says.
He's the Southeast Asian version of Trump.
Oh no, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, DR. Remember Jerry Quarry? Yep.
Hey, you remember Randall Tex Cobb?
Oh, the name rings a bell. I can't place a face to it.
He was a boxer / I think somebody had knocked him out. But yeah, he became an actor.
The name rings a bell, but I can't put a face to it.
Yeah, DR remembers. Yeah, he was in a couple movies. He was in a movie with Gene Hackman and Patrick Swayze. But yeah, he was a boxer. What am I saying? I'm not using my favorite buddy, Wikipedia. Hold on.
The problem with Wikipedia is you've got to remember that that's put together by people, so sometimes you can get misleading facts in Wikipedia.
I can tell you if it's good because, here we go. Boxing career. Oh, yeah. He fought Ken Norton, Michael Dukes. Then he fought Ray Mancini. No, he didn't fight Mancini. But
that'd have been different.
No.
Ray Boom Boom Mancini.
He won 13 straight fights by 79.
There you go.
But then
I still think the 70s was the period for the best heavyweights.
Yeah.
You had so much quality. Foreman.
Boxing, win, draw. He's had 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losses.
Yeah, that 70s period, mate. That's what I think. One of the things that made Muhammad Ali so great was he probably had some of the toughest opposition that any heavyweight could have had during that period. I mean, you had Fraser, Foreman, Ken Norton, Spinks. It was just a period for the heavyweights. It was really a golden age.
Yeah, he's then he went into kickboxing with 9 wins, 2 losses.
Oh shit, man, not a bad record.
Still alive. He's 68. Who was that big fat boxer? Oh, wait a minute, Butterbean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that guy. What a champion! He's from Alabama.
that explains a lot.
Right? Brawl that guy.
Yeah, never a contender as such, but definitely had a lot of power in his punches, though.
Hold on, let's see.
I reckon Larry Holmes beat him.
He was a tough man, world's tough man heavyweight champion. 56-5 with 36 knockouts.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was a big hitter.
Kickboxing, he was 7-3. Professional boxing, he was 91 wins, 77 losses with 58 knockouts.
Yeah. But a lot of times that's a lot of professional fights, but a lot of them could have been against very inexperienced, no-name fighters.
Oh my God, he was 5'11", 425 pounds. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
But he relied on being able to knock people out.
He could take a punch too.
Oh, look, mate, you just said it. He's 5'11" and 400 odd pounds. Jesus. He had a head like a fucking Rottweiler.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
it's a bit like who's that African American guy? He was a YouTube sensation in his street fights.
Oh, what's his name?
Kimbo Splice.
Yeah,
Kimbo
yeah.
Slice.
Mm.
But once he went professional, and he wasn't as didn't do as good. But yeah, he made his name off of the YouTube, a bit of a YouTube
Fighting
sensation.
backyard bullies.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Tough guy. Probably didn't have the stamina of a professional boxer, that's for sure. But yeah, I think he passed away, guys. I'm pretty sure he's dead now.
Hold on. I got Wikipedia right up. Hold on.
No, he died. I'm 100% sure he died.
Hold on.
Bum fights, yeah, DR. I remember bum fights. Yeah, Kimbo Slice passed away.
Yeah, he died 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What of?
Hold on. Let me get down to it.
42 to the back of the head.
Heart failure.
Yeah.
And a mass on the liver.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Boxing, he was 7-0. 6 knockouts, 1 decision.
Yeah. Again, it depends on who you fight, Eric.
Yeah. I'll tell you who's a bad chick, Ronda Rousey.
Nah, so people canned me when I said that fight she had with that female kickboxer, and they all said Rousey would win. I said no, she's going to get her ass and fucking hand it to her. And yeah, that's what happened, mate. She got knocked the fuck out. She was a great grappler, but she didn't have the like that other girl who was a kickboxing champion was always going to knock the fuck out of her.
Well,
And
she had ground.
career. Yeah, ground fighting, yeah, was good. But if you look at her, what happened after that, she just went downhill rapidly.
Well, she's making more money in professional wrestling anyway.
Yeah, well, good on her. I don't have any, and
she's like, what's she said? They said they rumored she got a 6-year deal. No, 5 years, $100 million. Guarantee. Yeah.
Nah.
Oh yeah. She was getting.
You might want to check that up, mate, because those wrestlers don't make that much.
Yeah, they do. They might be including her percentage of the merchandise.
No, check it out, mate. I mean, Vince McMahon's got a stranglehold on that sport like Dana White has on the UFC. UFC fighters don't get what boxers get, mate.
No, seriously, she was like one of the top.
Yeah,
she was like one of the top 5. And
I'm telling you now, she did not get $100 million for 5 or 6 years. I can tell you that now. I guarantee it.
A lot of money.
Yeah, she wouldn't have happened. I know the same thing that's in the wrestling as in what happens in UFC. They get, I think the top guys
Conor McGregor done it right. Conor McGregor killed it.
Conor McGregor made more money fighting Mayweather, mate, than he would have in his UFC fights.
Well, no, what's that? But yeah, no, it's not base salary, but they contingent that on like merchandise sales, other appearances, because he signed with the Vince McMahon now, and if you're like in that top tier 10, they sign them to their movie company too, for their movies. So she might be up there. As I'm just saying that it's just it works out to that because they do their percentage of their merchandise, their branding, etc.
I'm just going to check it out.
How much did Conor McGregor get for that fight with Mayweather? Was it 50 million or something?
It was something ridiculous, but it would have been more than he made in the UFC, mate. UFC fighters might make, say, the top guys maybe might get $1 million or whatever, but
100 million.
Yeah.
There we go. Conor McGregor made 100 million.
Holy shit.
Hold on, I'm looking up it now. 30 million. McGregor was guaranteed 30 million, and Mayweather was 100 million.
Fuck, I'd fight him for that. Give it my best shot anyway.
Okay, I found her net worth, which over the time that she's been fighting, it's not anywhere near that.
But like I said, that's based on, with Vince McMahon, they're saying that's based on her branding, merchandise, appearances.
Mate, up to this moment now, her net worth in 2019 is only $12 million. And that's with movie making and UFC and wrestling.
Some guy on YouTube did a thing about the top 5.
Yeah,
she's up there with Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar, Cena, but water under the bridge. I don't care.
I don't know what's going on in the chat, guys. I'm just having a look at the moment. Just checking out some shit.
Yeah, so like I said, this is what YouTube needs to be about, not about drama. Fuck with this person.
Well, I never originally knew about the drama on YouTube until I found it all. Now I regret it.
It's going on for years.
Well, no, yeah, you did a video one time about the hobo showing him how to cook and eat vegetables.
Oh, yeah, I did, didn't I? Yeah.
You gave him some nutritional advice.
Do you remember that video that he done that he accused me of fucking owning that website? Oh, fuck, what was it called? It was some website about...
Oh, Cat Bellina does it.
Yeah, and it was just like... No, it wasn't that. It was like an actual website. And the person that started it up lives in Davao. And I was in Davao at the time. And it was about... it was a blog. Basically giving people information, a lot to do with girls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Stuff, and he's accusing, this is your website, he's saying, right? I done a video on it. And I said, mate, it's not mine. If it was mine, I'd say it was fucking mine. I think it's a great website, good information, but it's not fucking mine. But he was dead sure that's your website. I wouldn't deny it. I'd say, yeah, it's mine. So what? But it wasn't fucking mine. Still to this day, I don't know who fucking owns that website.
The best video of him he didn't do. It's when the police walked in the internet shop up here and said, "Mr. Peter, you need to come with us." And there's like six PNP waiting for him.
Who goes into internet cafes and not pay and walk out?
Yeah, he did it up here. Then he did it in.
He would have been doing it in hotels and everything, mate. Oh yeah, he'll pay for the first night, and he'll say, yeah, I'm going to stay a couple of nights. I'll fix you up for that when I check out. And he would have just waited till late at night when they're sleeping. You know, they fall asleep at the front counter. He would have just grabbed his backpack and walked out.
Yeah.
He would have done that many times. The internet cafes are only a small thing, man. He would have done that accommodation, everything.
Well, he was in Palawan in Puerto Princesa, and using this like coffee shop's internet, and somebody had sent him a message and said, hey, you know this guy with the picture, and they sent it that a copy of that one post to him that JLB had up down in Manila. If you see him, call this number, there's a reward.
The wanted posters.
Yeah. Or like 10
that
people.
was funny.
But no, they were real. But there was like 10 people sent a copy of it to this to message this coffee bakery place. And I love
he's on Barry's back, and I'm not saying Barry's no fucking saint, but Barry ain't going and getting accommodation and not paying for it, and going internet cafes and not paying for it. He's not doing that shit. That PV was doing that shit and being a real fucking cunt in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And he makes out he's some fucking angel and just denies everything. And if you film him when he's fucking there in the police station, he just denies it all. He denies the fucking charges when he's in Taco Bell with his dick hanging out and shit. You know what I mean? It's all there.
He was in the police station up here, right? And
yeah,
they went to put him in the jail cell, to put him in holding for 24 hours. Don't put me in there. I have PTSD, and all these people on YouTube have sold me out to ISIS.
What?
Hey, Thunder, just put it this way. You're lucky they don't have smell-o-vision on video.
Oh, God.
That good, eh?
No, he had these like nasty old flip-flops that were like the thong was broken out of it and fucking cracks in half and fucking
he was
and his feet were all black, like he walked through fucking charcoal.
Well, it's like you go out one day with a pair of thongs on in the Philippines and walk around. Your feet are black not black like his feet were, but, you get all the silt on there and stuff, so you have a fucking shower when you get home and wash it all off. But from what it seems like, he was just going days and not a shower. His feet are just like fucking dirt, you know what I mean?
Then I was down to VA one time, and I was looking at it, and this guy and woman come up. Actually, they became friends with my wife, and they had lived in Guadalupe, Makati. And they're going, wait a minute, we know him. He tried to pick up our fucking special needs kid off the street.
What do you mean?
He was being real friendly, doing like the street preaching, trying to gain this kid's trust. He was like a special needs kid.
And what about when he had those websites up as well?
Yeah.
Donate to help out the Filipino people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He even done videos showing the websites, and everyone fucking must have got them shut down and stuff.
Yeah, they did.
And he's in denial about that. It's like, you've been proven, if this is a court of law, mate, you'd be in jail fucking 20 times over. They'll give you 25 years just to fucking look at you. You know what I mean?
He was trying to deny he stole from an internet cafe up here, and the police are like, well, there's you on video.
What's he say when they put it to him like that? What's he say? He just keeps denying.
Yeah, he kept denying. Then he's like, well, I guess I got to pay 300 pesos then. And then he said, well, then they asked him where he was staying. And I said, oh, yeah, I know that place. That's the place where people go to shoot up and overdose. It's where you go down the hallways of the hotel. They don't even have lights in the hallways. It's fucking, the rooms are plywood doors.
Shit.
They basically had him in the office and said, for your own safety, you need to leave Baguio and never come back. They couldn't guarantee his safety if he stayed.
Yeah, and he still denies everything. This is the bizarre thing about it.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's not PSTD, it's fucking mental.
Yeah.
He's got a mental condition. That's not PSTD or whatever.
If you're watching now, he's like on some kind of medication to where it's more coherent.
Yeah, because he's off his medication. He's going bananas, mate. And it's not for that what he's saying it's for. It's a mental condition. It's bipolar or something like that.
Honest to God, I think he's on the same kind of payments Barry is. Right? Right? And they fucking cut his fucking money off because he was out of the country for so long.
He wasn't reporting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think too as well.
Yeah.
Hey, we got fives on here.
Hey, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
We can hear you.
Okay, I'm on the data outside, so I wasn't sure if it had enough bandwidth.
Oh, Graham's got signal now.
Had to leave the room. That girl won't leave me alone in there. I already had 3 days in a row. My shit's getting sore.
Shit,
Boy, soldier.
just rub it in.
Yeah,
Oh,
those are
oh,
good times. The problems I like to have.
Yeah.
I just realized something. I'm the only one on the panel that's married.
Yeah, sucker.
I was so happy last year when I got my divorce.
Well, actually, now guess what? I'm going to have to send Focus the link because I need backup.
Yeah, get him on so I can boot him off.
Things are cheap in Davao here, man. I've been checking out Airbnb. It's about 3 times cheaper than Manila. So I'm looking to transfer, probably tomorrow for something else. I got fire ants in my place right now. It's no good.
You gotta go look at that place at Rivera Village, Fives. I'm telling you, you like it.
Yeah, I'll shoot over there and take a look.
Hey, Jay, was that like the original place you lived in Davao? It was like the room with the kitchenette?
Yeah, it was only a small room because I wasn't there for too long, but I was going to move but I ended up going to Cebu. I was going to move into the brand new 1-bedroom apartments they got there, which is big and spacious and stuff like that. As I was telling Fives, you got to go check that out. It's all included, electricity and everything else, Water and the whole lot of it. They're good. That's where I'll be staying when I go back. And outside the rooms, they got nice seating areas and stuff, and the balcony and stuff. It's good.
That's the one where you were sitting outside drinking beer and smoking with the 2 guys?
Nah, that's the other apartments because the new ones were still getting built then. Because the owner has 3 buildings in that estate. So I've stayed in the first 2, one where Barry was, and I've stayed in the first one, which you come through the gate. He built a new one down the next street. It's brand new, 1-bedroom apartment. They're great.
So they don't have internet with that, I take it, Jay. I'd have to.
They have
the
Sky
hassle.
Cable. They have Sky Cable, right, running to the room. All you got to do is get it hooked up, and it's about 1,200 pesos. And it's good. It's good reception.
Yeah, but do you need some bullshit through your contract for being a foreigner, or you got to just find some girl?
Oh, you can. The owner will put it in her name for you.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
She done it for me. What you do if you want to, you just. It's a 12-month or 24-month contract. Obviously, you just go in and just put it all on there, or whatever, So it's paid. I think it ends up being about $500 or something like that. And you got internet for 2 years. You know what I mean?
How much do you think her apartments are?
Well, the last time I looked at them, she wanted $15K. But if you pay like 6 months up front or something like that, you get it down to about 14. And that's your electricity, that's your apartment, that's your cable TV, and then you're going to have about 1,200 pesos for your internet connection.
Oh, okay. Is there a room for parking, or do you got to go out in the street?
No, there's a big gate that opens up. You can park your motorbike actually in the complex, and you have a security guard that's there at night time.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, that's what you need, Fives.
And you got the security guards out the front.
Right, the one that.
When you go through the gates. Community. Yeah, you got Savemore up the road there. You're right between all the malls. You're in the middle of everything. It's fucking best spot, I'm telling you. That's why I'll go Cebu for a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks when I get back, and I'm going to go straight there to Davao, and I'll be moving straight into those 1-bedroom apartments. So they got everything in there: beds, TV, all your kitchen gear, and all that sort of stuff. So you just bring your clothes, and that's it, mate. You're up and going.
Yeah, I'm having problems with getting registration's a big freaking hassle. I got to pay a fixer tomorrow to get started on it. Then Wednesday I should be good.
Yeah, well, go check them out before you check out anywhere else, mate, because you'll be quite surprised. Once you see this building, it's brand new, you go, yep, this is me. It's a good area, too, and no problems there.
I might have to get the address from you. I'll have to put it in navigation. I forgot how to get there.
Yeah. Just text me on Facebook and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I'm glad you got in touch with Focus over there, Fives. He's a
that's
good guy, man.
Yeah, one of the coolest guys I've ever met.
Yeah. People really take him the wrong way. I don't think you could find a nicer guy than Focus. You know, he'd give you the shirt off his back. You know, if he could.
Yeah, dude, he spent 2 days with me getting me set up. He wouldn't even let me give him gas money.
Oh yeah.
So, he's really cool.
Yeah, he is, mate. I got all the time in the world for that guy.
It was nice. He's got a car, so that made it really nice. You know, when I didn't have transpo to get in and out of traffic and not have to worry about cabs trying to rip me off all the time.
They're usually pretty good in the
To
down.
buy the bike was a big hassle. I had to go to 4 different dealers because none of them could accept a credit card from the United States. So I finally found one that did. And I originally was going to buy it through Western Union. Every motorcycle dealer I've talked to in the Philippines has Western Union. This one doesn't. And then the manager wanted me to put it in his personal account. I told him, hell no.
When do you have to get it serviced? When you do your first 1,000 Ks, you got to take it in for its service?
Oh, 500 kilometers.
Alright.
I don't know what I got on it now. I have to look. Fuck, I've been riding the shit out of it.
Focus. I was chatting to him, and he said he went riding with you, but there's one day he couldn't because he had shit to do with his family and that.
Yeah, let's see here.
But yeah, look.
Focus got a bike as well, has he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but what people don't understand is Focus is not living there on $500 a month, mate. He had money behind him.
I've seen his house and I've seen all his house and stuff.
Click me as presenter and I'll show you the bike.
You should be able to do that anyway.
I don't know. So you can
You've
see
got a
right
wrench.
here, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, so I'm outside. Let me squeeze in here. So this thing's fucking badass, dude. You can go anywhere with this. Fucking popping wheelies down the street, whatever.
Do you do wheelies down the street? Do you do wheelies down the street, though, Fives?
Dude, I'm a dirt biker, man. Fucking girl, I got some people walking by before I'm talking shit here. Oh, are you guys coming in between here? Okay, nice. You guys can get through.
That's nice, mate.
Yeah, just keep the services up to it, mate. Should go for fucking 10 years.
Yeah. No, we went all over Simel Island yesterday. It was really cool. Got to swim in the waterfalls.
Yeah, tell you what, if you go to Simel Island and you haven't got your own transport, they charge you a shitload for getting on those fucking trikes, man. I'm telling you.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure they do.
They wanted 100 pesos just to take me 5 minutes up the road, man.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, you say expensive, but considering what we pay here, it's still cheap, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cheap, but it really is. It's worth 20 pesos. You're like, come on.
Yeah, I'll check
and you know what? I would have given them 50 anyway. You know what I mean? But if they're going to try and gouge me,
139 km on it.
All right.
So in 2 days, yeah, I've been riding it.
Yeah, because the first service is the most important because you got to get all that fucking shit out of the fucking.
Right.
All the aluminium and stuff.
Mate, I'm just glad that you got the bike sorted out and you got someone helping you over there.
I need to mount the bike on the cell phone holder, I guess the phone, and do a couple vids of the crazy traffic here, man. It's just like Manila through downtown Davao.
Just stick a leg out and kick them, mate.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. I'm going up and down the sidewalks the wrong way in traffic, going down the wrong side of the road. Oh, flying. Oh, yeah, because I got to keep up with the local guy I ride with here. And he's got a smaller bike, so he can squeeze between cars easier than me. So I got to go around and get on the sidewalk.
So you were fitting right in.
Yeah, man, I'm a reckless dirt biker, so I fit right in. And you always got to have a plan. See this? I got an extra girl's helmet right here.
That's the way. That's the way. Get on, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's right. The little hotties get the back seat wet.
I'll tell you what, mate. I think if I was over there on a bike, I'd be getting the girl to strip off everything and ride naked behind me.
Oh, she's naked up in the room right now.
We'll take a photo of that. Show us.
I did. I sent it to Jay on his Facebook.
Oh, God.
You crack me up, Fives.
She's like less than 5 feet.
Fives, where did you meet her?
Oh, just online.
Yeah. She looks all right.
And, then she said meet at McDonald's. She insisted on that. There's like 12 McDonald's within 1 square mile, so I was going all over the place. Until I finally found her.
Did you have McDonald's when you got there?
No, I haven't had McDonald's yet. I had KFC. It's pretty good, man, because they cook everything in coconut oil, so it tastes different.
Graham is asking, is that a CRF 250?
Yeah, right here, see? There's the little sticker.
Yep. Good bike.
Yeah, dude, this thing gets up and goes, man. I can leave the scooters in the dust.
What did that cost you, Fives?
239,000.
Yeah, it was like $240K.
What's that in dollars?
It's like $1,500 cheaper than the USA for the identical bike.
It's half price than what we pay in Australia, Thunder. He got that for about, what's that? It works out to be 4,800 American, which in our country would be around 7,000, and they're 12,000 here.
Yeah.
I got hit for a 3% on having to use a Visa card. So that hurt a little bit, but fuck it.
You still got it
I
cheaper.
throw on some hand guards. That way, if I dump, I don't break the levers off. Put on some smaller sprockets so I can pop some wheelies easier on the front.
Have you got dirt bike at home?
6'4".
Oh yeah, dude, I got dirt bikes, KTM's.
So you're a rider.
Yeah, I wanted to get a Husqvarna out here, but they don't have one in Mindanao.
They do on Luzon.
Yeah, that in Cebu they got them. But I didn't want to take the ferry boat ride and sweat my ass off for a day and a half.
Yeah.
So I picked this up for now. I might grab a second bike if I make it out there.
If I was going to get a dirt bike, I would have got a Honda or a Yamaha. Either one, I'm happy with.
Oh, yeah, dude, anything's better than nothing. Dude, it's like freedom to be able to ride in the Philippines. It's fucking kick ass. No, it's really cool. No more Grab, no more taxis.
You'll make your money back. Easy.
Oh yeah, this doesn't hurt me. It was cheap. Way cheaper than the USA.
And when you fill it up, it lasts for fucking ages, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude, I went for fucking 2 days riding the piss out of it. I'm talking hitting the throttle hard and it only went through half a tank. And that's me racing the shit out of it. for 2 days. So I got a 2.5 gallon tank, so it burned about just over a gallon in 2 days of hard riding.
That's pretty good.
Oh yeah, especially me and doubles and getting on it all the time. Yeah, I threw on a cell phone charger right there so I can have the cell phone on the holder. A few other things. Oh, I put a GPS tracker in it in case it gets ripped off. I used the same GPS tracker that I caught my wife cheating on me with. I just brought it with me. It's about the size of No, I'm serious. It's about the size of a matchbook, man. I wired that fucker up and buried it deep inside the guts of the motorcycle. Just in case. I mean, if shit like that got ripped off, you'd never find it. It'd be in pieces, you know. Then you got to have these disc brake locks. That'll stop most people.
You should be right if you get a good place. Like the place I was telling you about, man, it's gated. They got a security guard at night time. You can put your motorbike inside. Won't get pinched.
Yeah. Dude, it's pretty cool out here. I've only had one person really screw with me here. The laundromat tried to rip me off. Other than that, man, it's really easy going here.
You're going to be moving around, or are you staying in Davao?
I'm going to move around a little bit. I met about 4 other Americans that live here, and one guy wants me to go deep in the province. It's like 4 hours past Dig House, and check out some of the action there. I'm going to do that after I get papers, because they still got martial law here.
Yeah.
And if any of the LTOs there and they get me with no papers, they might impound me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
don't take
I went with a local guy yesterday. We were driving around all the checkpoints. He knew where they were, and we went all around, went through, around them to avoid them.
Yeah, don't risk it, Fives.
No. No, hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lefty says don't go deep in the province.
Yeah, don't go too far out, Fives, man. Especially up north there, out of Mindanao.
Now I'm going to the very southern end. I'll let you know the name of it. I forgot the name of it. It's like 4 hours past Dig House. It ends up being dirt. The grid. Hot chicks, barefoot, bamboo houses, and dirt floors. A good old country girl.
Old dirt bike will fit in well there, then, mate.
Oh, man, I can go anywhere with this. And with the girls here, you can't even feel them on the back.
Because most of the boys there, all their scooters, they're only 125s.
Actually, I did pick up a fat girl the other night. Gave her a ride home.
Is that all?
I was just testing the power on the bike, see if it overheated or not. But it's good.
I hope she wasn't
cheap here, man.
Hope she wasn't as fat as that one.
These condos are. See these condos? They're $700 a night. Everything's secured to get in here. You got to go through guard towers or shacks. Is my video still working? Is my data any good?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, the video's not working?
Video's in and out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's Philippines data for you on the cell phone.
Are you on smart?
Video. There we go. Globe.
Right.
Plug my phone back in here to the charger.
Have you got a charger on the bike?
Yep. Just wired one in 2 days ago. And I got a real nice cell phone holder so I can look at the navigation when I go.
You're on your way, mate. You're on your way.
Fives.
I'm on my way.
I hope that girl wasn't as fat as the one that's the picture you sent with the one on the bike.
Oh, that one. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. That's funny. I forgot about that. Little fat Seattle girl.
Yeah, mate, that was a shocker, that one. That's one bike seat they'll never get back.
Big old fat cow. I saw 3 white girls yesterday on the ferry boat to Samel Island.
That's not good.
In fact, they wouldn't even total snobs.
Mm.
Just like America.
Ugly
Right.
too.
I think they were from England or something.
Mhm. Yeah, no, that's not good. We had a group of backpackers coming through Baguio one time from Canada. They were trying to walk to Batanes, all the way northern Luzon, backpacking through the mountains, and the police said, no, you need to take a bus. Too dangerous to walk.
Yeah, did you, Baguio, did you see those girls from Norway that were backpacking Morocco or something?
No, I mean,
they got their heads cut off, man. That was a couple of weeks ago on video.
but
2 really pretty white girls.
Where was this?
I think it was Morocco.
yeah, up
Couple
here.
of liberals.
Oh, wow. Okay, that explains it.
Yeah, they even on their Facebooks they said white people are intolerant of Muslims and had all this bullshit on there. Then they went out camping and they were in a bright orange and green tent in the mountains of Morocco with 2 hot white girls in their 20s. Of course, they got gang banged, raped, and their heads cut off.
Where
Oh,
is this in
wow.
the Philippines?
No, that was
Middle East.
yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Jeez.
Trust me, I spent a year and a half. I spent a year and a half in Iraq. They are, again, not tolerant. But no, seriously, you see like Kano women up here in Baguio. It's ones that are either their husbands are attending the seminary or their husbands work out at the Texas Instruments plant. They're the only ones you see. Yeah, they're the only ones you see.
Graham wants to know how long you're there for, mate.
Month to month and a half, depends. I gotta call back home and see how my dad's working my business, and if he lets me stay longer or not, because I can't put everything on him to handle everything.
You need to get yourself a fucking someone that can do the job for you full time.
Oh, dude, you know how hard it is to find good help. It's impossible. People are too stupid.
Especially with the job market the way it is now, the economy.
Oh, dude, no, people are so dumb.
Yeah, well, that's why I did the military. I saw enough stupidity in the military to last me the rest of my life.
Well, the hard part is finding people that are smart enough, but also ones that you can trust.
Yeah, anyone that's smart enough, they already got a good job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what I've learned. So I'm going to try and, I guess in the future, I'll just shut down my business when I travel, I guess. I kind of got the freedom to do it. It's antiques, buying and selling.
Really? Do you have a website?
No, not yet. It's all foot traffic retail.
Oh, never. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm because I'm hunting when I'm the wife and I are going to be moving back to the States, and there's a set of dishes, antique dishes I want to find.
Hey, no nonsense. How you doing, mate?
Oh, okay.
Well, you know, Larry, Escaping the Philippines. I was watching some of his vlogs, and he's actually that business that he's got with aluminium furniture and stuff, or you guys call it aluminum there.
Yeah, patio furniture.
He's basically given his sales manager his role in the business, and he's taken a pay cut back because it's his business or something, and he's letting him run the show, and he just puts his money into the bank account each fucking week for him.
He must have found a really smart, loyal guy.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's the impression. That's the impression I got. You know what I mean? He basically said he took a step down, put his sales manager in his spot, and swap wages or something with him. I think.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you fuck up on your taxes for like more than 6 months in Washington State, they'll come shut you down, man. They'll put a metal plate on your front door and screw it in with sheet metal screws and lock you up. So that's the chance he takes.
Yeah, I just seen a message you sent in Google Hangouts, Eric, and that is the guy.
Yeah, that's Gogo.
That's Gogo, all right.
Yeah, and the other guy who you thought it was, it's not him.
No, that's right. Yeah,
because he's in Brisbane.
And when I found out, it made sense because I got a whole heap of info on that guy, and one of the things I found out was that he's a stay-at-home husband, which would explain why he's got so much time on his hands.
Well, hey Thunder, if you would, Thunder, we'll do some info swapping, and I'll talk to you on Hangouts, not on here.
Well, I have a rough idea what he looks like, so yeah.
Yeah. Jay, he's been married to the same woman from Iloilo for over 29 years.
They bring her back to Australia.
He did. He lives in Melbourne.
He's got nothing better to do.
Hi, Ira.
He should get a job. Oh, he's dead.
It's something we can't talk about on air.
Yeah, I don't want to mention it on air, Jay.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, Dakota. Fives is from Seattle.
I'm from the liberal East Coast of America.
Oh, we got Gene back. How you doing, Gene?
Says Fives, are you still there?
Yeah. I'm just sitting in this golf cart outside.
When do you have to move out of this apartment?
I can't go back up to the room right now or she's going to want sex again.
Pretty bad, mate.
That'd be the fourth time today. Fuck, man,
Yeah,
I got to
need a bit
recharge.
of rest. Go eat some balut, mate.
You know what? What a problem to have.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, wears you down, I tell you.
Yeah, with the hot weather, it does.
After a while, it wear you down. You'll be like, oh.
Well, look, yeah, it's a problem I wouldn't mind having.
Yeah, when you hit hat tricks every day, boys, I tell you what, wears you down.
Come on, man. You got half the travel time I do, Thunder. You can get up here.
Yeah, well, I'll get over there one day.
Damn it, you can get here in like 8 hours, can't you?
Mm.
Yeah, something like that.
Dude, I'd be up here on the weekends if it was only an 8-hour journey.
Wait, Thunder, where are you going again?
Shit.
Forgot, sorry. Where are you going when you go?
I'm probably going to go to Davao and catch up with Focus, mate.
Go to Singapore, and Singapore to Davao.
I was hoping to avoid all.
Trust me on that.
All right.
Trust me on that. Don't go to fucking Manila, mate.
No, Manila's a shithole. Don't even waste
Yeah,
time.
Thunder. I've been here 10 years now, and if you go to Manila, don't leave the airport. Just go right around to your other terminal and leave.
Yep, exactly.
Because I get off the plane, I go straight to the bus terminal, which is like a 5-minute tab ride, and get the first thing bus I can get out of Manila. That's until the airport here opens.
Another thing too as well, right? Look, you're going to have your phone on your smartphone, all right? Once you get into Manila, there's no way of connecting to the fucking internet in the airport, okay?
Yeah.
It's just a load of shit, and you have to go through all this shit to go get a SIM card near on outside the airport or just down before you get outside, and you don't want to go down the area anyway. So it's best to go to Singapore. You just show them your passport, and they give you the password. They got optic fiber through the whole fucking place, so you're straight online, so you can communicate while you're there for a couple of hours. You go to the Singapore exchange there, exchange $100 or something like that, get Philippines money, bang, put in your wallet, jump on the plane, and straight into Davao. It's the best flight. I've done it many a times. I tell you, the worst one is that Manila fucking route. It's horrible.
Well, I actually, from me flying from the States, it's $800 more to come into Clark.
Yeah. Well, that's a different route from here.
And
Singapore's not that far.
no.
And if you have to lay around for 2 or 3 hours, they've got beautiful restaurants there. They've got everything. It's a beautiful airport, mate.
Singapore, it's an awesome airport, isn't it?
Yeah. You got everything there for you. You even got those rooms where you can have a sleep if you want to. I've done it once. I paid for fucking 6 hours and went into this room, and they got these rooms where you can have a shower and all that if you want to, because there's not a big layover. But most of the time, I'm only there for about 2 to 3 hours. I jump on the next flight. But you've got internet connection for free, so you can communicate with everyone. They've got smoking areas as well.
Yeah,
right?
They're everywhere, aren't they?
Yeah. And they got good food, and then you change your money there before you go into the Philippines, like $100, just to $100 or $200. So you got a bit of pesos on you. And once you get into Cebu or Davao Airport, you just get in a cab and go to your destination. Done.
Yeah, well, but when I go home, last couple of times I go through Dubai.
See, it's different for Americans coming from America. You know what I mean? The Australians' best route is going to Singapore and then to Philippines.
That's the way Graham. That's the way Graham came. That's the only way Graham said he could make it here was through Singapore to Clark.
Yeah, it's a better route.
But the flights from Clark to Dubai, they stop for 2 hours in Cebu to load the plane or something, and then take off again. So I just save the money and just go to Manila.
Yeah, so that's my favorite route, and I'll stick to that. When I go back, I'll be doing the same. I'll be going to Singapore, and from Singapore to Cebu, and from Cebu to Davao.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to Davao next time, so. But yeah, like I said, the good thing is I can get on here in Brisbane and fly direct to Manila in 8 hours. No changing, no nothing.
Yeah. Well, my flight from
I can do that here from here as well, but I just don't like going to Manila Airport. I just don't like the people in there. I don't like there's no internet access. It's just a shit show, mate.
Well, supposedly they redid the main terminal 1, and but the last couple of times I've been going out of Terminal 3. I've been actually flown out of all the terminals. Terminal 2 sucks. That's the Philippine Airlines terminal, and the Cebu Pacific domestic. Who the hell's got a Dove?
That's probably. Oh yeah, it's me. I'm sitting outside having a smoke. So okay, so I've only used Terminal 3 and 4.
Well, no, there's 4 terminals in Manila. 2 are international, 3 are international. Then there's a domestic one. That's
I've used the domestic, and I've used Terminal 3 because I flew in Cebu Pacific from Macau.
Yeah, like we did to go to Hong Kong. We did Philippine Airlines when we went to Hong Kong. Hong Kong's airport's nice. Nothing. I heard Singapore's new airport's awesome. Graham told me, but Dubai airport's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I didn't mind Singapore. I had a layover there. I think it was 6 hours.
Yeah,
going to the Philippines.
Yeah, I've done that one.
That was all right. I actually quite like the airport there. It's good.
Yeah.
Hey, Snapper, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, Dubai is awesome. The Dubai airport's awesome. The old airport in Qatar smelled like fucking piss. It did. Yeah. Well, Qatar, Kuwait, they all have a lot of Bangladeshis and Indians that come there to work, and they use the drain in the floor as their pisser.
Right.
And there was no Western food in the old airport. It was all Arab, all Middle Eastern food stands. And I had to sit there for 9 hours for a flight to here.
Shit.
But Dubai airport is freaking awesome. But it's almost a 15-hour flight for me home from Dubai. I avoid mainland China.
Yeah. Hadn't thought about China.
Yeah.
Because most times, coming from Australia, most times a lot of things are through Singapore
Yeah.
or Malaysia. Depends on who you fly.
I flew China Southern Airlines one time. One time. I got to Guangzhou Airport. They kept 3 of us at immigration, had to stamp us into China, charged us for a transit visa, like $10, to go into another terminal where a can of Coke was 20 American dollars. And they take your cigarette lighters.
Hey, where'd Thunder go?
Was he logging out his own live stream?
Cool, Millie's gone. We can talk about him.
It's not true what they say about him, though.
Oh, I don't know. Some of the stories I've heard. Shit.
Wait a minute, Thunder booted himself. Is the chat working?
Don't know, I'm on my tablets. I can't see chat at the moment.
Hey, is the chat working?
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah. So I'm never going back to mainland China again. I'm avoiding it.
I wouldn't mind visiting South Korea
Okay.
at some point. When I'm in the Philippines, just fly over there for like a month and check it out.
Graham turned me onto this Aussie vlogger in Thailand. He's actually pretty good.
Who's that?
My Two Bot.
I've never heard of him.
Graham turned me on to him. I only knew about Twitchy. That's the only one I ever knew about. But Graham turned me on to
He's
this.
a fucking idiot, that Twitchy.
Oh, he's funny.
He's a fucking idiot. He tried hassling that bloke, and he went down to a restaurant or a bar just down the road from his restaurant. That bloke fucking walked in and dressed him down, approached him and dressed him down. He turned out to be a little fucking bitch. Did not do anything. He's all mouth. I don't like that guy. He's got plenty to say about me too as well, but he wouldn't say it to my fucking face.
He's kind of he's like on and off. I quit watching him.
He's a pest.
But there's an Australian.
Say that cunt with the bag on, mate. He's a cockroach. Oxygen thief.
Great, another one of those. Well, I won't go and watch that then.
Yeah, he's just an idiot, mate.
Yeah, Graham
all
just
mouth, and he was approached by this guy on camera, man, and just the guy just dressed him down in front of everybody.
Sonny. They went
that. He's smaller than him. That Sonny bloke's smaller than him.
Yeah, Sonny was like a German army, Bundeswehr German. But yeah. But then I watched the one where Twitchy took the British guy. He calls him, oh God, Grandpa Monger, had him summoned for fucking cyber crimes.
Yeah, it's just fucking hell. I need to know. You know, if you're deliberately going down to someone's business and premises, you know, if some YouTuber done that to me and started filming and say, I'm just outside here, Jay's just up there or whatever, you know, I'd walk down there too and dress the cunt down.
Yeah.
I'd say, you want to pull that shit, man? I'll get my fucking live stream out and I'll fucking, you know, that's fucking, if you're going to do that stuff, that's just starting trouble. That's looking for trouble.
Yeah.
You know, you're actively looking for trouble. And then when it comes to your face, you shit yourself. You know what I mean? Like, that video alone made him look like the biggest dick on the fucking planet.
Well, hey, are you got your Facebook open?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to send you a link today to look at a Facebook page, and we'll talk about it after you see it.
All right. Is Thunder going to come back to his own live chat? What's going on here?
He probably went to eat or feed the dog.
He would have told us.
Yeah. Normally, well, you'd think so. Come on.
I don't. I let my wife feed my wife feeds our dogs because they don't understand. Only 2 of them don't understand English.
Oh, there you go. Mark's laptop shut down because it's overheated.
Oh. Well, hey, we'll buy a cooling pad, you cheap bastard.
Turn the aircon on.
That's what I was going to say. Turn the fucking aircon on.
Although it's not that hot here in Brisbane. It's only like 34 degrees out here. So
It was 12 last night at dark here in the Philippines.
Well, here in Cairns at the moment, it's 33 degrees. 32 degrees, sorry.
yeah, but what's the humidity?